What's the deal, my people? You know what it is, the Don Tony Teflon. I am back at you with another video. I am here. You know me, man. You already know what it is, right? You know what time of day it is when the Don is in the building, rocking with you, talking about from season 4. We're gonna go to episode 9. We're gonna talk episode 10. What we think's going to happen. We're gonna go through it all. To all my familiar up in the building. We're gonna go through it all. We're gonna say what's up. Possibly we have a guest coming on a little bit later. Maybe we could get this collabo going. Been trying to work out some details for it and stuff, and it's been a little janky and stuff like that. But it's hard for me to do things with people because I have so many things that go on in my life, and my job is very fluid, so my time is messed up and everything else. I will apologize to the ladies. I told them that I would go on their channel on a Tuesday, and I was not able to make it and stuff. So hopefully they will have me back on and stuff, and I'll be able to get out there and do my thing with them and everything else. But before we get into all this stuff, and we will get into it all, I promise. We'll get into everything. I know I have not dropped the episode review. It's too late to do the review, but I'll drop a video tomorrow morning, first thing, talking about the most important parts of the episode and what it's going to lead into for the next season. All right, we're going to I'll talk about that. I'll drop that video tomorrow for y'all. All right, apologize for that whole situation, but it was just a lot going on and stuff like that. A lot going on, but y'all are here rocking with me. You could be anywhere in the world, but you choose to be here with me, and know that I'm very thankful for that and everything else, 100%. So let's say what up to the people who are here joining us in the chat right now. The first people coming through, make sure you hit that thumbs up for your boy. This is the #1 show for the fans, by the fans. The familiar is in the building. We got Carla Way is up in the building rocking with us. We got Laura up in the building rocking with us. We got Quantum is in the building rocking with us right now. She does the most is up in here. James is up in here. Baby girl is in here. Michael Massacre is in the building rocking with us right now. We got Stellos Cantos in the building rocking with us right now. Chilling. And I appreciate it. We got Lloyd Duels is up in here rocking with us right now. What up to all the familiar in the building? Ronald is in the building rocking with us right now. Let me shut this thing down. This 1 second. There we go. I'm now slowing my computer down. We're rocking with us real quick. You know, we got a bunch of it. We got MAK in the building rocking with us right now. Bunch of people, man. Make sure you hit that thumbs up for your boy. #1 show for the fans, by the fans. All right, before we get into it, let me just address this. I know Rios did a live stream and he talked about oh, my bad. We cannot forget Steph Snow in the building rocking with us. He did a live stream, you know what I mean, and talk about the convention that we're going to show. I told you I'm working on the convention and everything else. Hopefully it goes right. Hopefully and everything, we get everything together. If it does go right and everything is working the way it's supposed to be, we will be putting out the tickets for sale for it. It'll be next summer in Nashville. The exact date isn't there, but it'll be in the summer. We're going to put out the tickets for it, and we'll see exactly how many people are actually going to put their money where their mouth is and get up with this meeting. Now, it's really comes down to how many pre-order sales we get. And if we pre-order sales, if anything goes wrong or it gets canceled, the money will be put directly back into your bank account. We are not touching it. It is not coming to a direct Cash App for us. It's going to go through Ticket Spice, and that's the way it's going to roll, and they're going to hold the money and everything else. But it all comes down to what we get from those pre-sales that's going to determine what we can actually do and how big we can make this and how many stars we can get up in there and everything else. So when it goes up, and I'll let you know, hopefully we'll have it before the season finale, and it'll be arrived around that time. I'll be able to tell you and link it, and then we will have the From Convention. It won't be called From Convention. It is the 2 Bash. We will have our first annual 2 Bash, and if it goes well, we'll do it every year, right? And we'll keep it popping and everything else. And we're gonna try to get people from all different shows. We're gonna get people from House of the Dragon that'll be there. We'll get people that'll be there from that'll be there. We'll get people from other shows that'll be there and stuff. And then we'll have YouTubers that cover those shows, run panels with those people. And then we'll also have YouTubers just doing regular panels there and everything else. I also gonna do a perform. I'm gonna perform live, my first performance in the many years with Real and stuff. And we'll have a bunch of other YouTubers and everyone else there. So it's gonna be a great time and everything else. You know what I mean? So I really hope that y'all are into it. You asked me to get it done. I'm trying to get this done. Hopefully that it is. And Christina the Spinks, I truly appreciate your kind words. Your kind words. Even if people think you're lying, I don't. And I appreciate it. So yeah, I appreciate you being here 100%. It's gonna be a motherfucking time. You know, we get Carla up in there, we bring her from the land down on, we get her to perform. You know what I mean? It will be very big. I've done the conventions before. I know what it takes to have a great one, and I know what it's gonna be, and I know what didn't work for other conventions and what they could have improved upon. So that's why I know that this could be no doubt a phenomenal event, and it will be when it's all said and done. But hopefully, we'll get this done. We'll have everything up and running, and then we'll see exactly where we're sitting at from the ticket sale, the pre-ticket sale. It all comes down to that. Because if we get a bunch of people and we get a good amount of pre-ticket sales, I'm putting money up, Real putting money up, and the pre-ticket sales, we get a good amount, then we can get these actors down there. Because, you know, we got to pay for them to get there and all this other stuff, and they want some cash in their pocket and stuff. Obviously, right? This is what it is. So we're able to do that. We're able to get these things going, and then everything should be good. But that's what that is. That's going to be called Two Bash. You can think of it as the From comment if you want, because we'll have more. It'll be geared towards that mostly, but we will have other things like House of the Dragon and stuff like that up in there. And your favorite YouTubers. And we'll have special events that you could buy, like special packages. You know what I mean? For the bash, like we're gonna have a package that is a drinking gala, and we'll have a room, and it'll be all the beer and wine you could drink. It's gonna last an hour. We'll have all the stars in the room, and you'll just be able to be in the room and hobnob with them for an hour and talk to them for an hour, and they'll just be right amongst us. And you'll be drinking it, and that's gonna last for an hour. That's only gonna be a limited ticket thing, and we'll have other ticket things too. We're gonna have a private pool party where you can, and that's gonna be private, and there'll be limited tickets, and we'll have the stars up there. We're gonna be hanging out, you know what I mean, at the pool, just hanging out, having some drinks, and the drinks will be included, and you'll be able to chill there, and we'll relax there, and that'll be about an hour and a half and stuff. And we're gonna have those are special things. You don't have to do those things. Those are gonna be special add-ons to your regular ticket and stuff. All right, but we got things like that all in the works. You know what I mean, and everything else. So it's going to be what it's going to be. It's going to be a good time and everything else. And we'll try to get all your favorite YouTubers out there and everything else. We'll try, you know, I am not cool with all the YouTubers. I'm not friends with all of them, but Real is friends with a lot of them. So he'll contact the ones. I'll contact the people I'm cool with. I'll contact Gray Area, and I'll contact all the other people, and Phil and everyone else will get them there. But all the other From YouTubers, will talk to them and see if they could come down and get them there and give them they want to do a couple of panels and stuff and everything else. So we'll see how it goes. So that is how that's going to run and everything else. We're going to keep it going. Make sure you hit that thumbs up for your boy up in this piece right now, rocking with you right now. Who is that? That is the Don Tony Teflon. All right, let's write. It sounds like my type of jam too, because it was involved from and involves drinking. The Don will be there and everything else. All right, Dave says my top 3 theories for the bones: a proper burial with talismans thrown into the lake for a resurrection, or taken to the lighthouse and thrown out the window to bring them back to life in the real world. All right, so first part. Let me say this, and y'all know how I feel about this whole situation. I don't see it. I'm not buying this mystical shit. I'm not buying it. I don't see it. They're doing everything to make us believe it, and I really think it's just that they're playing their hand too hard for this. it's too much. They're just doing way too much for me. You know what I'm saying? It's just way too much of this bones and these incantations, and it has to be performed in a certain way and all this stuff. I just think at the end it's gonna be the big bait and switch. I just think that they're setting us up for that. You know what I mean? That everyone's gonna believe that this is what it is, and in the end it's gonna be something else. You know what I mean? So that would so besides that, let's go through it. I don't know proper burial. I don't think they're stuck there because of the kid's bone. If they were stuck there, let's just put it like, let's just for argument's sake, let's say this is some magic stuff going on right now. Right? Let's just say it's some magic thing happening. And they have to bury the bones or do something with these bones. I mean, I think Donna said it. And I think when Donna said it, that was the key right there. When she said, when you get the bones, what are you going to do with them? What happens then? And he's like, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen then. I have no idea what's going to happen then, right? I think that is a sign that it's got something like the bones is just, I don't want to say they're a distraction, but there's something going on here. You know what I mean? Everyone deserves a proper burial. I would say, a burial in itself, you know what I mean? But the kids' bones were basically buried. They were buried. Now, because they were buried there, it makes it different. I mean, so the proper burial, they're buried. I mean, do they have to have a priest go down there with some holy water and sprinkle it on them? Or what religion are they? And we don't know these things. And I don't think that it's going to really be that religious when it's all said and done, if they're going to do something like that. I don't think they'll go that route. The lake of resurrection, the lake of tears, I don't know if there is such a thing. I think, all right, the only way there is a lake of tears, all right? The only way, like when I hear Ethan, and Ethan is talking about, and we hear him, and he talks about and he's like, oh, there's a the Chromonacle in there. But I think, to me, the way I take that is that, and story walking and all these things that he says, right? Because it's in his book. I take it as a way that he's coping and he's defining it, because that's how it's defined to him, right? So he will call it story walking. To me, I believe that they're actually just going into a parallel universe or going back into time and doing some time travel stuff in that universe while they're there, right? The signs are all there that it's not the same universe that we're seeing when Julie is there. I mean, I've pointed it out in my videos before. I'll do another video pointing out the things, but you can see that it's not the same spot that they're at, that Julie says. There's always some differences from what we've seen in the original show to what she goes back to. It's never the exact same, right? So I believe that it's a parallel universe. And I've been telling you about the parallel universe thing from the jump. And it's hard because I've been here. I've been here. Like only one of the YouTubers, a few of us, right? But I probably was the most popular of them. And I'm not saying that brag or anything. It probably was at the time, because it's always smaller channels than me. And it usually is not. So usually I'm the small channel. But at this time, when I first covered this show in season 1, I was the small channel that was doing this situation, right? It was all me and everything. I was the bigger channel at the time, right? So I got the most jump from the algorithm because of it and stuff, right? So when I was doing this stuff and I was covering these things, I have said these things, and I've been saying this stuff. Now I see a lot of people all of a sudden jumping on it and everything else. And I'm not saying that they did watch my videos and didn't draw their own conclusions. I'm sure some of them did, but I'm sure some of them actually watched and agreed with me, and they went that route. So I just think that in the end, this is what we're going to see. It's going to be some type of science fiction thing that explains all this stuff. It's things that seem like magic, but they're not actually magic. And it also can be both at the same time. We've seen it happen in Welcome to Derry, where this cosmic being, who has what we would consider supernatural powers to shapeshift and do a whole bunch of new things. It's really just not magic. It's just his cosmic ability. and stuff. So it seems like magic to us and everything, but to him, that's just the way he's built, right? So it's not magic in that way. And we can see that with the man in yellow. The man in yellow, it could most likely is a cosmic alien. And that's what it is. And that's what he is. And they've captured, and I've told you, they've captured him here and they're using him, running tests on him. And they're putting people in there, whether it's to feed him, to keep him alive, or it's a situation where they need his DNA and they're trying to test it. And that's just the way it is. And I'm telling you, when it's all said and done, that's the way it's going to be. And Lord Hugh, you'll see when it's all said and done. You'll see, Lord. I'm not worried about that. I'm not worried about this, everything else. I'm not fighting the magic. I haven't seen it. I mean, what have I seen? We've seen a girl. Let's say, all right, people say, oh, we've seen her bring back Roger. We don't know that Roger was dead. This is what people y'all ain't understand. Like, you want to say it's magic, and you want to say, oh, well, we've seen her bring back Roger, right? We've seen her bring Roger back to life. How do you know Roger was dead in the first place? What signs that we get that show that Roger was actually dead? Roger could have been in a state that we seen her put the priest in. The priest looked like he was dead when she touched him and she had him in that state. He could have been in the exact same type of state and then was woken up when she put the egg on him. So we don't really know that he was truly dead to that point. We don't know. And you just can't say that he was, because when Roger came back, everyone said he was a monster. I told you from the beginning, he wasn't a monster when he came back. He came back as Roger looking for help. And everyone said I was wrong about it. But then everyone went back, rewatched it, and was like, oh, damn, Tony, you were right. She was trying to look for help. Right? So we can't say that he was truly gone the way someone dies. And we don't even know how death works in this place. Right? We don't know. So in the end, we can't. Does it seem mystical? Of course it does. But I think that is what they're trying to do. Smile Monster was supposed to be dead too, right? But he really wasn't dead. He was just transformed into something else inside Fatima's stomach, because the thing that was in Fatima's stomach was there before he died. She was pregnant already. So Smile Monster couldn't already been dead. That body of his was dead, but he was transported into her belly. Something else was already in her belly. All right. And somehow when he died, he went inside that thing that was already there. His soul, or whatever you want to call it, something was already there. Thank you for the new membership. Let's go to that 100%. And that is SI. Thank you for becoming a new member. And thank you for the super chat. I really appreciate the euros. I really do appreciate that. It really helps a lot when you do that. You know what I mean? So I'm just saying, you don't take things at surface level, but I'm also telling you, don't overcomplicate it. Never overcomplicate it. You know what I mean? Look, I told y'all from season one, not season one, as soon as Randall got there, season 2, I told y'all that there was a mole in this motherfucker, right? I told you that's what it's gonna be. We still have to use the link. I told you I don't want to cancel. I don't care if you started already, but I already advertised that links. That's what I said. I don't understand what you're saying. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. I told you I was a mole in this whole situation. Right? I told you that was what was going on. All right, I told you and then everyone said I thought it was Donna. Everything about the mole and the way the mole went down, I told you exactly where it would go down. Only thing I didn't get right was the person. Now, why didn't I get that person right? Why? Well, if you look at the interview that Jack Bender and them did, and I think they did it on Sci-Fi Visions channel, they specifically said, they said, oh, you know, we needed some spice, we needed something. And then our great writers said, hey, let's make Clara the Mole. And they said, oh my God, what a great idea that is. And you came up with, oh my God, Clara the Mole. And now Clara's the Mole. Right? Now, let's be honest. I'm not trying to accuse anyone of anything. I think that they're good at what they do at their job. I think that they're talented writers. And I think that they're talented people that work on the show. But to think that they all of a sudden just came up with that idea to make this mole out of nowhere, it's ridiculous. I know they watch my videos. A lot of people. I know the cast, the crew watch my videos. So I know they've heard me talk about the mole. I never called Clara a mole. But I know a lot of other people did online call Clara a mole. Right? I know a lot of people did it. And think that nowhere in their travels in Fromville land did they ever at one time, not ever once, did they ever once go across something and see exactly how the mole thing, like they just thought of that themselves. It's kind of ridiculous to me. And if you think that's the case, I'm not telling you that's not the case. But if we add it up, you got to say that, you know, it seems like, you know, that they may have taken some things from the fandom and dropped them in there. You know what I mean? And don't think other shows don't do it either. Because you look at what the public wants, you see what the public wants, and you put it. But to say that, you know, oh, we needed some flare-ups, and one of our great writers just say, hey, let's just make Clara the Mole. Like, brilliant. We just thought of that. The Don don't buy it. If you do, you do. I'm not saying anything wrong. I'm saying the Don don't buy it, though. I don't. I'll give you examples of showrunners doing this. It was a time in Game of Thrones, right? And Dan and Dave were doing Game of Thrones. And while they were doing Game of Thrones, they said that the fans were complaining. A bunch of fans were all complaining. The female nudity was too much, too gratuitous. For no reason, female nudity all the time. Chicks splitting their legs, doing back bends, all this stuff. Right? All this stuff. Fandom was all talking about and everything else. So next season, Dan and Dave, they show this guy taking a piss. And then when they showed the guy taking the piss, they put a big fucking wart on this dude's dick. And they had the camera zoom right on the wart on this dude's dick. Right off the bat, they did. And they did this specifically for a big fuck you to the people who were complaining about there being too much female nudity. So they heard the fandom and they said, fuck you, fandom. This is our show. We're going to do this. So that's what I'm saying. Don't ever think that people forget about, or the people who write the shows are above hearing what the fandom is talking about and above saying stuff like that. That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? So understand that. I'm with you, Tony, but we need an explanation as to the motif behind your alien theory. Surely not just the man in yellow is in charge. Yeah, so I've said what my alien theory is, and thank you for the super chat. I'm saying that the man in yellow got trapped by a wormhole device that Jade's quantum algorithm computing put forth into the future, that they were able to use that technology and then capture, and that led to the wormholes and capture this alien. And the people in charge are like scientists, or you want to call them overseers or observers, who are observing this whole thing doing this right here. Oh my God, we have a guest in the building rocking us, right? We're gonna bring her on because actually we're just talking about some of the things on the channel. All right, this is the one that only. Let me get some applause ready here before we bring. Let's make it special because I think it's our first time on the channel. So let's make it special for her. All right, we're gonna make it special for you real quick. I'm sorry if it's taking a second here. We have the one, the only Jamie from Sci-Fi Vision joining us right now.
Hi. I can't figure out how to connect it. What do I press to connect it to my stream? I haven't the slightest idea.
I have to look it up. I don't really connect to people straight. People connect to mine. Phil would know that better than me. But I can find it for you real quick. It's I had it looked up. Oh yeah, yada. It says look, destination, customize details, blah blah, go live, create broadcast, blah blah. It says go live.
Oh wait, I see. Stream this to your audience. That would be the one.
Yeah, yes, that's the one.
I'll fix it while I'm talking to you. Just ignore me looking at my other monitor, but otherwise I'm okay.
It is fine. It is fine. So we are rocking here. We have Jamie here from the Sci-Fi Vision channel, who also they used your quote and how great From is to advertise their show. I wish they gave you some kickback for that. You know, they should put a little money in your pocket or something like that.
I wish.
It
doesn't work that way.
You know, it truly does not work that way. For if anything, they should pay me too for advertising this show for all these years and helping them out. But hey, it's all in good fun, and they do help us out because we get views, we get friends, we get stuff from their creation. So it's all one hand washes the other in the end when it's all said and done. All right, there you go. I just seen your thing pop on my phone, my alert. So I guess we are live on your channel too.
Yeah, I think I did it right. I think so. I've never done it that way, this way before.
So. Well, all right, this is what I do. To make sure that it is there, and since I just got the alert from your channel, and I see I get alerts from your channel. Make sure there it is. I just got the alert from your channel.
There we go.
I see I get alerts from your channel. There it is. So we are on your channel. So the Don Tony Teflon. Welcome, Jamie, Sci-Fi Vision. How are you today?
I'm good. Been busy getting ready for my birthday stream tomorrow.
Oh my God, it's your birthday tomorrow. So let me say, in case I don't get a chance to speak to you, let me say happy birthday. May you live as long as you want and never want as long as you live. And I really hope that it's a special one for you tomorrow. What time is that birthday stream going to be on?
11. I had to think about it. 11. I feel like that's like what my
week. You are a very late night streamer.
It is. I don't know what time it is anymore this week, but it's on at 11.
You're a very late night streamer. Where you at? Which state you out of?
Pennsylvania. So I'm like you. It's late for me too, but we just usually do them late.
Yeah, you do them late. You no doubt about it. You're a late night streamer. I see it. Like you're going. Like sometimes I go to sleep, I wake up and you're still on. And you're there. And I'm like, I'm thinking it's a different stream. And I'm like, no, they're still going. It's still going.
Yeah, it's still going.
You and your cast of characters and everything else like that. All right, look. I don't want to interview you. I could interview you, but we're not gonna do it. We're gonna get into what we're talking about from and everything else. Last episode, how did you like it? And the season as a whole.
I like the season a lot, but I think 7 was still my favorite regardless. I know not everybody agrees with that, but 7 was my favorite out of all of them.
Episode 7 you thought was best?
Yeah, with the whole Kenny almost dying and all that thing. But yeah, I like this episode too. I'm getting out my recap, make sure I have this here. A lot of crazy stuff goes down in this one too. I didn't love that they left it on a cliffhanger. That kind of sucked.
I know the whole thing is, I'm a little probably older than you, right? So I understand that the term cliffhanger comes from, and it's about the Batman show, right? For the Batmans in the 70s show that came out, and every time it would be like, oh, what are the dynamic duo gonna do? Tune in, same bat time, same bat channel to find out if they make it. And they always make it, right? So when I see cliffhangers, I know they're going to make it. They're not going to do a cliffhanger and then not make it. I mean, that's the whole purpose of a cliffhanger, right? To leave you in suspense and then to make it. It would be terrible if you leave them in suspense and they don't make it. So when I see things like that, I just get thrown off because I already know the outcome of this whole situation. There's no other way that it's going to be. I think when I look at this episode and I look at the season as a whole, it's been very up and down, right? Mm-hmm. I just wish they gave more. And I think it's really, when I look at this season, it seems like a part one to a ending, and then season 2 would be the part 2. And if it was one big season, it would probably be really epic. But I think breaking it up like that is why they're having a little bit of downtime in between episodes and stuff. Yeah. And I think they should have just got it going and everything else and all that stuff. Let me say what some of the people I see from your chat, because we need to shout them out here. We got Lee Lu 2012 is in the building. We also have Kimberly Compassion Lee here rocking with us right now from your channel. And there's a bunch of other people rocking with your channel coming up in here. We also have Susie C is in the building rocking right now. Make sure you hit that thumb. B is in the building rock with us. Make sure you hit that thumbs up for your boy and your girl rocking with us right now. Feel the issues, guys, in the chat, because he likes to lurk. He's a lurker. That's what he does and stuff. He's in the chat and everything else and all that. So let's get your opinion. I'm arguing with the chat. I argue with the chat. Maybe you don't realize I argue with these guys. We have over 240 people rocking with us. Make sure you hit that thumbs up. All right. Mr. Frogman. Is that Frogman or Frog Mom? This Frog. Mr. Frog says, "Oh my God, my 2 favorite streamers in one place." Thank you. I'm glad that you feel that way about both of us. Really appreciate it. All right. So I'm arguing with these people. I argue with them every week, right? And I am 100% on this sci-fi thing for this show. But this is a science fiction show, not a mystical show. Where do you fall? You don't have to agree with me. And no, Phil doesn't agree with me. No one agrees with me. That's why I'm on this island alone. I don't mind it. But what do you think from watching this show? What do you see?
I do, but I have a feeling that I'm considering mystical sci-fi too. I kind of consider all the magic and mystical also part of sci-fi. So I say yes, but I don't know if that's aligning with what you say. I think as long as it's something supernatural or something that's not, of our world, then I would consider it sci-fi.
So. Yeah, if it's not from this planet, it's sci-fi, right? It really doesn't matter. Like the man in yellow, I don't think he's from this planet, right? I think he's an alien. I don't think he's from here. And that, to me, makes it a sci-fi show. The show has been billed from season 1 as a sci-fi horror. Mm-hmm. I don't think you can bill a show sci-fi horror from season 1 and all of a sudden there's no sci-fi. And I understand why people we haven't seen anything science fiction, but I think that's going to be the big switch in the end that they're going to turn on us, that it's going to be some type of science fiction thing when it's all said and done. Yeah, people's like Alien. Yeah, if you look at the show Alien is a sci-fi show. If you look at The Thing, right? The Thing is almost, you could say The Man in Yellow is The Thing, right? It does the exact same thing. He shapeshifts like the movie The Thing and The Thing. He does all that, but that's a sci-fi show when it's all said and done, because it was a thing from outer space and stuff. So, people, I don't know, but does seem like there is some magical elements in this thing, but I think it's a big setup to make us believe that it is and everything else. But, we'll see in the end. I don't argue with these people too much and everything else, but I like to strongly debate. And we will be joined by Scarlett at 10:30 and stuff. You just doing straight StreamYard?
Yeah, because I don't think change the overlay, so I had to give up on it.
Yeah, listen, OBS is beautiful and everything else, but it's damn complicated when you do these multi-streams. It's just so easy. It's just do the straight StreamYard thing, get it done, and everything else. I know all the special effects and all the other stuff and everything else is beautiful to look at. Phil does it all the time, but it's just easier just to do it this way.
It's a pain in the ass, of course, but I have fun designing this stuff. I get I get excited about making different ones. So
yeah, I hear you. I hear you. You're very good at it. You do great work when I look at your stuff. It looks very professional. You do really good work on everything that we see. All right, Phil, get your ass on stage, man. I gotta open up the phone lines, man. So I need you up here to do that for me. So get out of here. Stop lurking. Just get on here. Stop being afraid. All right, let's talk a little bit about stupid Elgin. All right, now let's talk about Elgin and the question I posed. We know Elgin. And I don't blame, and everyone should know I'm not talking about the actor at all. I love the actor; he's my boy. You know what I mean? Talk to him on a personal level here and there and stuff. So that's my boy. But I'm saying they wrote him stupid, and I don't think they really needed to go that far with it to make him this dumb. Do you think? And I'm asking all y'all in the chat. I should put a poll up, but I'm not. We should put a poll up saying who is more dumb, Porn Stash or Elgin? Who is the stupidest person in front? Is it Porn Stash? You know what I'm talking about when I'm talking about Porn Stash? All right.
yeah.
Is it Porn Stash or is it Elgin? Everyone in the chat on both chats, please let us know who you think is the most stupid person. Is it Porn Stash or is it Elgin? Who do you think is the stupidest person in front?
I mean, I still think Porn Stash is a bit stupider than Elgin, but yeah, I mean, not that that was a smart move that Elgin made, but at least he didn't let in the monsters, right? So that's something, I guess. He only got himself killed.
Yeah, I see it. So it was a good question. It is a good question because they're both on the stupid level here. These characters. And you got Elgin who finds something and goes right to the person with it, and then you have Porn Stash who somehow looked out the window and said, "Oh my God, this chick is hot," and tried to holler at her. Right. So these are equally stupid things and driven by two different things. Elgin is driven by ignorance. Porn Stash is driven by his head, the other head, second head. Right. In Colony House, where it seems like sex is free in that place, right? And he still, I guess nobody wanted him. And he couldn't find anyone. In the whole town, no one wanted him. So he had to turn to a monster. Right. So when I look at it, I gotta agree with you and say it's Porn Stash is the dumbest of them all. He has to be. Elgin, it just seems ignorance, right? It's more ignorance with Elgin. It's just he's just not. I don't know what he's thinking. It's hard for me to say. I don't get what he's thinking. It's hard for me just to say it. But Porn Stash, the fact that he was driven to have sex with this monster is just the dumbest man in the world to actually think that he could pull it off. That he really believed that he could have sex with this monster and push her ass back out the window when he was done, and everything was gonna be cool.
So yeah, I get the little girl Megan doing it. I don't get him being stupid enough to do it or to open the window.
Yeah, Megan was just fool. We don't put her in that character. She's a little girl.
She's allowed to do things like that.
Yeah, she can fuck up. But this Porn Stash guy is still the head stupid person of all time and everything else. What's that? I thought Acosta was at the tree. What do you mean, Ace? We would tolerate no Acosta slander on this channel here. All right, she's a worship goddess on this channel. We don't mess with her. So y'all gotta watch you talk about my girl and everything. I ain't watching stuff there. I'm watching you. I'm watching you chat. On both chats, I'm watching you. All right. You don't talk about my shorty like that and everything. All right. Going from that situation and all that, how do you think it plays out for Elgin in the end?
I mean, I think after that, I think he's pretty much dead. I don't think
he's dead if he's gonna die. But when we're looking at it, and we're gonna project a little bit here, and some of this is in my video that I'm coming out with tomorrow. But we're gonna project a little bit into the future here, right? From what we see, we hear her say specifically that she could only take the form of somebody who's dead, right? So, do we believe that? Because this could be a big turnaround for the actor himself, right?
Yeah.
Because if she takes the form of Elgin, and then Elgin becomes the man in yellow for the next season, it will be a different side of Elgin that we haven't had a chance to see. Maybe, the actor will be able to get his chops wet in some good stuff. Would you rather him? Is you think it's going to be him, or do you think it's going to be Claire? I think they're both dead, but who? Because I think she's going to get found out, and I think she's going to have to switch forms in the end in order not to get caught when it's all said and done.
Mm-hmm. I think she's going to take Elgin's form just because she said to him, I can only take dead people who are dead, and then touches them. I just assume that's where she's going, but I guess it could go either way. You're right.
Who would you think? Who would you like it to be? Now, whoever you think, who would you like? Would you rather have walk around with Clary? Think it'd be better as Elgin?
Yeah, probably Elgin because we know him more, and because I like the actor because I know him more. I don't know if that's the right answer, but yeah, I'd probably think it. I also think it could be more interesting as Elgin in a way because he's closer to them. Like Clara, yeah, they know her, but she's sort of in the background lurking and doesn't really do a whole lot, so she's not close to anyone. Where I feel like Elgin could really, pull some stuff off that she couldn't get away with because he's not in the inner circle, but he's close to the inner circle, a lot closer than her anyway.
Yeah. Would you like them to do that, or would you like them just to eliminate the Man in Yellow this season?
No, I like the Man in Yellow, and I think he's kind of the main big bad, but I don't know. I like both versions of him, though, to be honest. I like Sophia and I like the Man in Yellow, so I know they can't probably keep them both going forever, but yeah.
Because they have whatever threat they've eliminated in one season, this whole thing. Right. Every time they've had some type of threat, no matter what it was, they've done it was one season and done, one season and done.
Mm-hmm.
So you think that they will continue the Man in Yellow in this storyline into next season, just under Elgin and somebody else?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think that would be smart. Again, I think that this season is more of a 2-part season. So I think it'll just be a continuation and everything else. I wish they would, if they wanted to get real about it, they should have him kill Kenny and take Kenny's form. Then
Kenny, I like Kenny. Well, I like Elgin too, but
I think if you really want to do it right, like Elgin's a good character to do it too. I'm more excited to see what the actor could do with that when they give him that, more than it being Elgin. I think if you took a big person, you know what I mean, like Donna, Kenny, Tabitha, Jade, Julie, Ethan, someone like that, and you had him change into that, then I think it would really be a huge situation. Now, I have said from the beginning that I need multiple deaths here. Elgin and Clara, we know, are dead from the situation they're in. I don't think they get out of it. That's not enough for me. If they just kill those two people and they say, all right, we're done with it, that's who died this season, to me, that's not, it's going to ruin the season. How do you feel? Do they need to kill some of the main cast to make you get into season 2, or you'd be happy if they just Elgin and Clara, that's all?
I mean, a lot of people disagree with me. I don't like when they kill main characters. I do think they need to thin the cast, though, just because there's too many people. But like, I'd be just as happy if they found a way to do it and keep them all, just because I like them. But it is getting kind of hard to show everybody, and there's a few people that they probably could get rid of.
Yeah,
I'll be sad no matter what, though, if they kill people. I don't like when they kill
characters. I feel you, and I agree, but I think it needs to be the season 1 cast members. Like, you can't just kill the season 2 people or the season 3 people, because I don't think we have a connection with them as we do with the season 1 cast members, right? So I think that it's lame to me if they all survive or they make it, and then all of a sudden you get somebody else up in there and stuff. You know what I mean? Like, you kill, we'll kill Elgin and we'll kill Clara, this background character, and there you go, there you have it. Like, Jim hit because he was season 1. Well, and everyone hated Jim, and now everyone's wanting Jim back, and now everybody hates Tabitha, right? Ever since Jim died, now all of a sudden it's all this Jim remorse coming on. Everyone wants them; they wanted Tabitha dead now instead of him, So, but it hit because he was a season 1 character, and I think they need to continue that and let that hit that way by killing off another season 1 character.
So, who do you think they should kill then?
If I had to choose who to kill, it would be Kenny. I would kill Kenny. I think that makes the most emotional impact on the show. I thought Donna was a goner twice.
Oh, I did for sure, but that didn't happen.
And they wouldn't do it, but I think if you want to make an emotional impact, you kill Kenny. You get Kenny out of here. You know what I mean? You get him going, because you're not killing Boyd, you're not killing Tabitha, you're not killing Jake. All right, they're not gonna go. So now I think we have to choose between Victor, Kenny, Christy, Fatima, and Ellis. Ellis wouldn't make the same impact if he died. I just don't see it being the same.
Yeah.
So I take him. Yeah, I don't see it. If Ellis dies, people will start cheering and be happy about it. So now we got the people. We got Tabitha, Jay. We know they say. So then you really just have Kenny and Christy. I don't think anyone would care if Christy. I hate to say that, but I don't think people would care if Christy dies. I think people would just be like, "Oh, Christy's dead," and that would
I think he's not necessarily a favorite of a lot of people. So yeah, I can kind of,
So I think if you want to make an emotional impact, you kill Kenny. He's the one who suffered the most. But it's all, listen, his dad, his mom. Now you kill him too. You know what I mean? It's a lot. It's a lot to do that to somebody. So I don't really think they're gonna do it. You're not gonna kill Julie. You're not gonna kill Ethan. I mean, it just seems like they're all safe. And when you have everyone on this main cast from season 1 that have this plot armor, it to me, it makes it seem a little fakish. You know what I mean? It just makes me see like the stakes aren't there. Like Game of Thrones is very good about killing people and making everyone not feel safe. And in the end, it's what made that show very successful. Breaking Bad was the same way, and Better Call Saul was the same way. All these great shows, if you really look at The Sopranos, The Wire, all these great shows have a thing in common, that nobody of the main cast could get it. They can got it anytime, no matter who they were. And that's what made people stay. And I think that they lack that in this show by not doing this to these characters.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Well, I appreciate you agreeing.
I just tend to always feel bad with, like, I don't like them killing a main cast member, but you're not wrong. I get that. I don't know. That was something though I always disliked on The Walking Dead, and I know. Like I like the fact that you don't know what's going to happen, but I'm still always upset when somebody dies.
Oh, listen, when the Glenn got his head bashed in with the bat, it was it was the most viewed episode in Walking Dead history, right?
Yeah.
It was the most viewed. Why? Because they set it up that you didn't know who was getting hit with the bat. You knew someone was going to die. So it wasn't a cliffhanger in the sense that they're going to get away, because they already showed you that someone was getting hit. They just didn't show you who was getting hit, right? Yeah. So it wasn't. So it was all like I would say a Who Shot JR moment, right? Yeah. They did. I don't know if you remember that Who Shot JR. Maybe you're too young to remember that.
I haven't seen it, but I know what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah. So for the people in chat, there was a show named Dallas, and the main character was JR Ewing, played by Michael. Who was that? Played that guy? I can't think of his name. But he got shot at the end of the episode. So you knew he got shot, but it all became Who Shot JR. And that was the big mystery of who was the one who pulled the trigger on him and shot him. And it was one of the biggest things in television history. And it's really hard for me to explain how big it was if you weren't living in that moment. But it was one of the biggest moments in television history. Everybody wanted to know who shot JR. People who never watched Dallas wanted to know who shot JR. And The Walking Dead is the best comparison that was able to pull that off since then. And they did that with the whole Negan bat situation. And that's why it was so successful, I believe. So I think that's what they were lacking here. Larry Hagman, thank you so much for that. It was Larry Hagman. Yeah. I remember Larry Hagman on stage singing with. He was so big of a star. He got on stage and sung with Diana Ross. All right, that's how big this guy was at the time. And Diana Ross is the biggest star in the world. So I think he sung "Reach Out and Touch Me." Take someone's hand. That's the song he was singing. But so I think that this is what this show lacks, right? And this is what it is. Like I spoke to real. Have you watched the Widow's Bay?
Yes, I loved
Right.
Widow's Bay. It was great.
I never watched it yet, but what I've heard from Real, he's told me, is that episode 4 in Widow's Bay is better than any episode from his ever did.
I don't know. I'd agree with that, but that's fine. But no, it is a really good show. I really do like it a lot. But I
And
think from
he to me he says it blows from out of the water. That's what he thinks. He says he's like it's a so much better done show and everything else, and From should have took some notes from them, or maybe they watched From and seen what From was doing wrong, and then they switched it. You know, because those things
it definitely has the pacing and everything down a lot better. I'll give it that, but yeah,
you know. So I think when it comes down to it, they have a chance here in this show to stick the landing. The hardest thing in anything is to pull the Kerry Strug and stick the landing. And are you confident? You have talked to the showrunners. You have interviewed them multiple times. Are you confident that these people who made Lost, who people feel that did not stick the landing, will be able to do so in this show?
I don't think everybody's ever going to be happy. I mean, I think there's going to be a pretty big group that won't be happy, and I think there'll be a big group that will be happy. I didn't dislike the ending of Lost. I mean, it wasn't like the best finale ever, but I actually liked it. I know a lot of people didn't. It was very divisive. So I think From will be the same way. And I think it's because people care so much about it. I feel like they're going to fight no matter what, you know? But I mean, I think they had the overall ending planned for From. I mean, I do. I think they know what they're doing, but how they get there, I don't know. I guess it depends how they do it, and we won't know till next year. But I hope they do it.
I think your interview with them proves that a little to be wrong a little bit, and I'll explain. I mean, and I watched it. They specifically tried to say that they had no idea that they magically made up the Clara Mole thing. They just they needed an idea, and let's make Clara the Mole. We just came up with it, and they were like,
the in between things. Yes, I agree with, but I think that they've had like the overall structure there for quite a while. I don't think with a show like this they could have not had a plan. But yes, they've definitely added a lot along the way. But I'm hoping that they've had an ending in mind that they didn't change. I mean, I could be wrong, but I'm hoping.
Yeah. I mean, because when we look at it. And I'm not being critical of them or anything. I'm just putting out there what they put out there. So I'm just regurgitating things they said already. They said that Tabitha wasn't supposed to escape till the following season.
Yeah, I remember hearing that.
So they changed that and moved it up a season. So that means the whole thing with Acosta, the whole thing with Henry, the whole thing with all that whole situation wasn't supposed to happen until a season after. So whatever they thought that they had in between that for that season would have been season 3. Tabitha wasn't supposed to get back until season 4. She wasn't supposed to get pushed out that lighthouse, which would have been this season that happens, right? And they had something else planned for season 3. They had to get rid of a lot of that to move all that up. Mm-hmm. So they had a plan, but something told them, hey, let's push this forward. Her getting out and coming back. But what did they have planned there? They scrap all that other stuff that they had planned. They didn't think it worked or anything. Like, I think they may have a beginning and an end. Like, all right, we're going to start here. These people trapped in this town. And in the end, they're going to get out this way. But I do think that they're on the fly with a lot of stuff. And maybe they're listening to fans and other YouTubers and Reddit posts and taking feedback from that and actually incorporating it into things that they're putting out there. Because when they say they just came up with the Clara thing, it's to me, and I don't want you get you in trouble and they never give you an interview. It's the Don Tony Teflon, hold me accountable. It's hard for me to believe that they didn't hear anybody else say Clara's. We were talking about Clara being a mole for a very long time. And it's hard for me to think that they just came up with that on their own and that they didn't hear other people talking about that, and they say, oh, that works right there, let's throw that up in there.
Could be true. I mean, I kind of hope they don't listen to fans though, just because I don't want the story to change based on what people say. I want it to be the ending they want, that they plan. Um, I don't know if they change it too much and they're listening to a lot of the fans. I don't know that would be my choice, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, you could be right, but to be honest, I feel like with this show, pretty much somebody has had a theory about everybody. You know what I mean? Like everybody, I feel like everybody on that cast, somebody's probably said they were a mole somewhere on Reddit. So like whoever they picked, it probably would have been a theory. I mean, this was a prevalent theory, obviously, because a lot of people thought that, but I don't know. I mean, I didn't think it. I was actually really surprised by the Clara mole
thing. I knew there was a mole. I've been talking about the mole since Randall arrived. I've been saying there's a mole in this town. Season 2, I've been saying. I thought it was Donna the whole time, and now because it's not Donna, it seems it's not Donna. I'm supposed to eat this hot shit because Doug Hugh made a bet to me saying that it wasn't Donna. And I agreed to take his bet, and I'm supposed to eat this hot shit because of that whole situation and everything else. Even though he was an inside man, and I still took the bet anyway. But it is what it is. I'll uphold my part of the bet, and I'll eat the chip this week on the stream on Sunday during the live stream. Hottest chip ever made or whatever the fuck it is. I'll eat that thing, and but we have seen them change. And I also think like Fatima gets pregnant. She pregnant before the birth of Smile Monster. All right. We've seen that happen. And then all of a sudden she gives birth to Smile Monster. Now it's either them changing on the fly or inconsistent thing going on.
I think maybe he hijacked the pregnancy. That was one of my questions coming up if I'd gotten more time, just because that's something that irritates me. Not because I need to know, but it irritates me personally because she was pregnant beforehand. Now, women can think they're pregnant. She could have thought she was pregnant. She really wasn't. But to me, it makes me think maybe she was actually pregnant and then somehow it transformed into him. But I don't know. That's why I'd like to get an answer to that, actually.
Yeah, because as I said, it's a little inconsistent there. And I would say, listen, I really believe that when you stick to the script, is what, like George R. R. Martin. I don't know if you covered Game of Thrones or if you were covering it when it was coming out. Or you could do it now.
I'm one of the very few people that hasn't seen it.
All right. Well, George R. R. Martin, the books are not done. And they did the ending of Game of Thrones in the show, and everyone hated the ending of Game of Thrones. And I believe that this is the way the books are supposed to end. He gave them everything. And the reason why he's not writing it is because everyone hated it. So he doesn't want to put it down because no one liked his ending. Right. And I think that that's the reason why it's going down like that right now for him. And I think that, in the end, him sticking to his guns and everything would be the best way to go. But I think that the fact that they hated it so much, that ending, I think that he really stalling on putting these books out because it was such a straight hatred for that ending that was so taken back. And I think it's just the time that we're in, right? We're in a community right now, in a time in life where everyone who is a critic or has something to say has a voice to say it, whether it's Twitter, Instagram, or anything else like that. And back in the day, if people hated the show, they just talked to their friends about it, but the show writers and everyone else in Hollywood never heard about it. But now everyone, whoever has anything to say, can just go out there and say it, and eventually it's going to get back to the ears of the people. But all right, we've done enough talk about those things in the show, but you interviewed them. That's the reason why I brought that up, to say that stuff. All right, dealing again back in this season, Fatima's situation. How do you think that's going to play out in the end?
Well, I mean, I definitely think she's transforming into something. More than anything, I'm just kind of annoyed about the Gollum, that they haven't done anything with it. That's the part that I'm kind of hung up on. But as for what's happening to her, I think she could be a monster. I think she could be like Kimono Woman. I know there's been a lot of different theories, but that would be my two top picks, one of those two.
Yeah, it's just, and that's another thing, like if you're going to bring something up like that, like, to me, it has to pay off. and also pay off big. And if you just say like she's actually becoming the Golem, I don't know if we really needed to see Elgin get in the dirt and her building it and everything. You could have just had her talk about it, and everything else. You could have just had it done. And I think that this could be another change on the fly, because I've said it, and many other people have said it straight up, that Fatima is changing into a monster. She looked like the kimono lady. I put that out there, that she looked like the kimono lady, and everyone put that out there, and everyone said that. And now all of a sudden, all right, now she's turning into a monster. She gave birth to a monster, now she's going to turn into a monster. All right. So I didn't see the monster control. I think that was very unique for her, that they did that, had the whole monster control situation, that she's able to do that. But to have her change into a monster, I think they should have. They should commit to it if they're gonna do it. Like, she needs to be outside walking with them, knocking on the windows, doing all that. Ellis out looking at his wife, like, you really need to put that in there. And I think they should have did that season early and have it go 2 seasons like that. Out there doing that whole situation, and Ellis becoming the new porn stash or something, trying to get out there and talk to her or something like that. Like, I think they really should have put something out there with her and really focused on it and everything else and all that. Let's read this super chat that we have here. And this is from 3 Spree 2. All right, too much. I can't, I don't know what the names are. I can't get. See, 3 Spree 2.
For Lispy. I don't know. I'm bad at reading them too.
Yeah, why you gotta try to trick me for, chat? Why you gotta come with these names just specifically to trick me? All right, anyway, 3. We're gonna call you 3. It's a good name. All right. I've always hated how the show. I always hated how they show us half the story and mention something once and never mention it again. Too many questions I get. What do you feel about that right there? Do you think that the show does that too much?
I don't think they're ever going to answer every question, no matter what. I mean, they can't, right? Otherwise, they'd have to spend like 100% of season 5, I think, answering questions. But yeah, it's kind of irritating when they do that, because I wish they'd answer things first. Like, it doesn't necessarily bother me when they haven't answered things right away, but like, I want answers. And I know there's going to be a lot of things that are going to be left open. And some of them aren't even important things either. Like, about Fatima, like I said, about the pregnancy, or like what happened to Tilly. We've been complaining about that for a while. I guess they buried her off screen is probably the answer, the boring answer. But like, why not just throw a line in there, right? Like, they could have done something.
The only line they said about Tilly was Boyd saying, "I'm gonna tell everybody you killed Tilly."
Yeah. Right. Why not just say, when he said, like, Boyd said they didn't have enough room for the bodies, why not just say the pastor and Tilly? Like, it could have been a half a sentence and it would have made sense, but they didn't even do that. So
yes, yeah, I agree. I don't like it. And to me, if you can't answer the question, then don't bring it up. It shouldn't be brought up and everything if you can't answer it. You should be able to answer these questions. We're gonna open the phone lines in a second. Phil's in the background. He'll be on, and he is on. All right, we'll open the phone lines when Phil is ready to open the phone lines.
And there was one other line, actually. There was a blink and you miss it line by Kenny at some point at the beginning half of the season where he says he interviewed some people for Tilly's death, or something like that. He gave a passive line that's like a blink and you miss it kind of moment. But for the most part, they just kind of ignored that. And the other one that people keep screaming about, that I don't think people hate me because I say we're never going to get the freaking answer to it, is who dragged the tent. I know everyone wants to see Julie in the story walk drag the tent or something like that. I think they may just leave that, but I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. They want to see a spider. I mean, a lot of people want that one. I just have a feeling that they're hoping people forget about that. They're like,
you can't not address the tent dragging. Like, it has to be addressed. If they went off the air and didn't address that, then it would be a major fail on their part. It must be addressed. You must have that.
I mean, there's part of me that thinks you're just supposed to assume that somebody had a nightmare that died of a big spider. That's kind of like how I feel it's probably implied. But yeah, I think they should answer it. They don't necessarily have to do something big with it, but I think a lot of people want to know that. I do. I want to know that. I don't want to see a spider, though. I don't care. I don't want to see no more spiders, regardless.
Yeah, this spider.
I'm not a spider person.
We'll talk spider. Luda Cascade, thank you for the super chat. Says it's not the destination, it's the journey. How you tell the story matters. Good pacing is necessary. I agree with the second part of it. It is the destination too. It is a journey, but the destination does matter. I think they both matter, and everything else I agree with you. But the destination definitely matters, and the ending is the most important part of the story. It has to end well. I don't care for the journey, how it gets you there. To me, I really need that ending. I need you to Kerry Strug this bitch. I need you to stick that landing with the 1 foot and put your hands in the air and win the gold medal for a Team America. I need it. I need it to happen.
And the actors are mainly Canadian, though. No, I'm kidding. I know what you mean.
You know what I mean. God damn it, Phil. What are you talking about? You watched it and you cheered as well.
But they are Canadians playing Americans. And by the way, Jamie, I don't know if you this quick OBS thing. You can use your OBS screen on this thing. You just have to use it as a virtual camera and then select that.
No. I do, but I had like a whole overlay, and I can't do it because he's running the stream, so it doesn't. You can't both do it at the same time.
I can do my stupid overlay
because I'm still in OBS.
Me too. Me too.
Now, so.
Yeah. See, Phil, he does his overlays and everything.
I see, but see, if I do this, I'll show you real quick, and then I'll go back to it.
I do like window capture windows. You could like capture Tony's face in another window.
Well, see, I had it like this, but it doesn't work because it would have to like be.
You'd have to open a separate window with Tony on it, and then capture him on a window capture, and then put him up in that window.
Oh, okay. While you're doing it, yeah. That's too much Photoshop work. I line it up.
That's what I do when I have my guests.
Well, I make it and then I line it up in StreamYard. I used to do it that way, and then I found out you didn't have to. So, but yeah, I see what you mean now. I guess you could do it that way, but that
too much OBS stuff and everything else. And for all the people who are watching on Sci-Fi Vision channel, you have a very unique opportunity right now. We're going to take live phone calls. If you've never had a chance to speak to Jamie live, this is your chance to call this number and speak and tell her how much you appreciate her and any other questions that you have for her. All right. Everyone else on the Don stream, we do this every week. This is what we do every stream and stuff. But for the people who are watching over there, and make sure if you're over here that you do go over to Sci-Fi Vision and subscribe. We'll put the link in the description and we'll put it right in the comments now. I have one of the mods to go over there. Phil, we have our first phone call. I will get another beer while you.
Okay, you're gonna leave me with KP. Welcome to the show, KP.
Good evening, one and all. How are you guys?
Doing well. How about you, sir?
Listen, I'm in these streets. I'm back home in Trinidad. I actually watched I watched the stream on Sunday night.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Sunday night. And but I was gonna call in, but me and my wife had a lovely makeup, and we all curled up together and watched and then watch your thing, and it was just to die for. Love is love. Love is fantastic. Anyway, guys, listen.
We do have a very romantic podcast, so thank you for. I'm glad that we added a little bit of romance to your evening, KP.
Anyone, can you please just put the number to the call-in line in the chat, mods, for us, so for everyone else in Sci-Fi Vision who doesn't know the number, we put the number in there for you so you can call in.
Oh, I see we have a guest on the chat on the stream too. Hi, Jamie. How are you?
Hi, good. It's nice to meet you.
Excellent. Good to meet you as well. So, Tony, fellas, listen. Well, first of all, in the first 3 minutes of the episode, they showed us that we were being a little bit optimistic when we thought last week that maybe they're giving us a fake off and they're not really gonna say that she knew him from before. But it turns out they did exactly what Tony was afraid that they'd do. So I hope that chip tastes real good, Tony. You cannot eat the chip offline and then come onto the stream and say, yeah, you ate it. We need to see your mouth water. We need to see you jumping up and down. We need to see, like, we need to see you in pain a little bit. We are sadistic like that. I think everybody in the chat will agree with me. I know Phil will. I'm pretty sure Jamie will. But, you know.
Listen, you don't know that Jamie's going to agree with you, KP. Don't be putting words in this lady's mouth. But I will say this. I will guarantee you this. When I eat this chip, I will full screen it, and everybody will get to witness it. All right, it will be full screen. Everyone will witness it. As for the eyes watering and all this jumping around stuff, I'm the goddamn Don. Y'all think I haven't eaten hot food before? I'm black. All right, I've eaten nothing but hot foods my whole life. I'm not worried about this fucking shit. All right, at all. Not worried.
Listen, I've heard bigger men say bigger things. You know what I mean? And then, you know, but listen, you are the Don, and I will pay that respect until we see it. And if we see it there's something different, I'm going to laugh. That's all I'm saying. And yes, I want to agree with what some of the J. The goal.
Right. Like you have every right
to do something.
You have every right to laugh. Everyone in the chat can laugh. They can all do that. But that is fine.
It's part of the entertainment. It's part of the fun. We come here to talk nonsense and laugh at our friends with our friends. It's fantastic. It's a great life. But yeah, I'm upset about the golem. And I do have, if I could summarize the last, 10 or 15 minutes that I saw on the stream, I think it would be to say that the show is fine. The show is fine. But god damn, do they love to give us the blue balls. God damn, do they love to do that. And you can give me blue balls, that's fine. But when the release comes, it must be out of this world. Pun intended, Tony.
I hear you. I appreciate it. No, I agree. It better be something well worthwhile.
And my only question, I think, tonight is pertaining to Tabitha. I don't know if it's a question or complaint, but you can tell me. I was kind of taken aback when I saw that out of just the mere figment of nothingness, she conjured up this idea that no, only me and Jade need to go into the tunnel. And I understand it made sense. It was the only thing that we saw, not just for this episode, but I think for the whole season, is the only event that happened where you could see that Sophia / the man in yellow was visibly shook by the fact that, what? They're going to do what? Jesse took. Ah, shit, this might fuck things up. So it was interesting to see that because, you know, you guys could tell me, but I don't think we've actually seen Sophia as the man in yellow get shook by something anybody did. Like, whatever happened, she was expecting and looking forward to it. And I think it's cool to see her on the back foot a little bit. However, I think it's a little bit plot hole. It's a little bit just it's a little bit abracadabra. The fact that she just all of a sudden, for whatever reason, got the idea that only she and Jade could do it. So you guys can comment on that. And I would say one last thing is that those monsters, as far as I see from the last 2 minutes or so of the show, those monsters down there are being held back by basically Scotch Guard, right? Like the see-through clear plastic that your grandmother used to put on her couches and whatnot back in the day. That thin film of Scotch Guard is meant to protect Jade and Tabitha from these monsters, and actually is presently protecting them because the fact that they just haven't busted through it is very interesting to me. So give me your comments on those two things. One, was it weird that Tabitha just had that idea all of a sudden? And was also interesting to see Sophie back foot? And two, that Scotch guard that's protecting them, do you think it'll hold up? Do you think Jane and Tabitha gets out like this? So that's it from me, guys. So everybody have a good evening, and I'll listen to you guys on the TV. Cheers.
All right. Thank you very much, KP. I'll let everyone
You don't
know.
have to eat the chip if you can sum up what KP said.
This is the chip that I'll be eating. That's the one that is ordered on Amazon. That's it right there. I'll be eating that. The chip challenge, the Red Hot Reaper chip, is the one I'll be tearing down. All right, Jamie.
I said you don't have to eat the chip if you can sum up what KP said.
I can't. But I can't. What he's saying is that it just seemed to come out of nowhere. Tabitha all of a sudden just remembers, oh, it has to be me and Jade. And just them pointing at her, it should not have been enough. Or her holding the talisman at the time should not have been enough to trigger her to know that is the case. Jamie, what do you think about that?
I mean, I understood that the talisman did it, but I'm not sure how them pointing at her correlated to her understanding. I don't know that was them in the middle, because they weren't like maybe if they had circled her and pointed, it would have made more sense to me. I don't know. But I mean, I just kind of was like, okay. It didn't bother me that bad. But it was a little weak the way they did it. If they had like stood in a circle and done it a little differently, then I might have bought it a bit better, would be my answer. But it wasn't too bad. It didn't really bother me that bad.
Phil? And take that chip challenge back down.
It's gonna be. People need to know what's coming for our show on Sunday. Let's see. Let me see. I think. I mean, they've done a decent enough job having Tabitha's visions kind of coming on and showing them leading up to go all this. But that being said, it was kind of a quick thing. And also, I want to add what KP was saying about the piece of plastic, piece of your grandmother's Scotch guard protecting them. I wasn't even kidding when I was saying if that works, then they should build the Daniel LaRusso things from Karate Kid costume, the shower costume, and just walk around out at night with the costumes with a talisman on the inside. They could just do that if just blankets work. But I'm not sure if they want them to kill or if they want to kill Jade and Tabitha right now. It seems like, I mean, the Man in Yellow definitely wanted the big group to go down there. I guess I'm trying to assess if the Man in Yellow is really upset or worried about what Jade and Tabitha are doing down there. Even with the Boy in White was more concerned about the tree than the bones. So I'm just wondering, like, will the bones, if the proper ritual happens or experiment happens, will the bones actually do what they're supposed to do, or is this just another dead
No
end?
one knows what they're supposed to do. That's the whole thing.
Release the children. Release the children is what I think. For whatever that does, I don't know what that does, Tony.
So that means that if we let's
kill
say
Freddy,
that.
it's going to kill Freddy because that's what killed Freddy in part 3.
That is what killed Freddy. But if how does that keep them? So the children's bones are what's keeping them trapped there.
The sin of the ritual that buried the bones. So by undigging them, you can perform a ritual on the bones that will release the fucking who's a what's it that releases the hook into this place. I'm just making.
Freddy, what did they do? They put the bones in an incinerator and burnt them. Is that what they did in Dreams?
They had to get holy water and throw holy water on it.
Oh,
but then in the next movie, a dog pissed on it and just and Freddy came back to life.
Yeah, it's not going to be that. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you believing in me. And we have a super chat for our girl Jamie. And this is from Just Me. It says, moving forward, do you think we'll see more Doug being the Man in Yellow or just in flashbacks? What do you think, Jamie?
Thank you so much, Just Me. And yes, I hope so. I like Doug. I want to see him again too. Like I said, I like you know, Julia too, but I want to see Doug again. So yeah, all I can say is I hope so.
What do you think, though?
Whoops. I definitely want to see more. Sorry, I had a weird computer pop-up come up. I definitely want to see more Doug. I think I've seen more of him than I expected to this season at a certain point in time.
What does that mean? The high panel thing.
What was that?
Oh, no, on the side of the thing. All right. That was me, I guess, hovering over the thing, and it says hide panel. I think it's a hide panel, but it says hide panel. I'm sorry.
Panel, yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
High panel.
Sounds saying hi to us on the inside. If we have the man in yellow in here. All right. So you think you want to see more Doug? I understand that, but the question being proposed to us is: do you think we'll see Doug being the man in yellow, or is it just going to be in flashbacks? She paid for this answer. She wants this answer, so we must.
I would say probably not in one episode, but I would think next year we would. I don't know that he'll be in the, you know, in the finale, but I would think that next season we would.
Would it just be in flashbacks, or the timeline right now?
See him. I mean, what would be like? They've showed him transform. I think he'll transform back and forth a couple more times. Right. I think they'll use that because he's what's scary, right? Like Sophia isn't scary to them, so I think they need that.
Yeah, and I don't think they would have mentioned. You were talking about Elgin, whether that happens or not, we'll see. But I don't think they would have mentioned that he can enter anybody's form that died there without seeing that happen a few times. And I think every time that happens, we will see a little bit of Doug. I think in the transition between bodies, between forms. So I think Doug is probably going to be there as long as the man in that creature. I don't think we'll ever not see Doug as part of it.
I would hope so. I know that's the actress who played Sophia when she came on our stream. She said she got to meet Doug when he was shooting his final scene. When we asked her if she ever had a chance to meet Doug, she said when he was shooting his final scene is when she got a chance to meet him. We don't know when that final scene was this scene, the scene we've already seen. Who knows? I don't know. But she said she met him at the shooting his final scene. So it all depends what that final scene was. I hope to see Doug again, but unfortunately, I think in the end, it's going to be in more It's going to be flashbacks. I don't think we're going to see him in the modern time.
I think he's going to visit Tabitha again at some point.
I hope so. I think that was one of the best scenes of the season.
Maybe even visit Tabitha and Jade at the same time if Jade survives all of this.
That would be cool.
And we've got Jen, the teacher, here, and you're in the Sci-Fi Vision chat, and she's saying, "Do you see Sophia found out as the man in yellow this season?" I think not, though. Wish she does. We talked about this a little bit earlier. Jen, the teacher. She was on this one podcast, and then they started their own podcast, I think, and left the other podcast. This is what I just deduced from seeing, because I seen her on the one podcast with these people, and then the one dude, Xander, left that, who was on that podcast. I don't see him on there, and there's a whole bunch of new people on that other podcast, and now I see her on Nerdy as Fuck podcast with Xander and them. So I don't know if they left them, they split away. I don't know what happened there. But you should tell me all that stuff. I like to know all that good stuff. I like to hear these things from behind the scenes of what's going on there. I think that she has to take the form of Elgin, and I think that will give us the actor Elgin some chance to redeem himself with being played so dumb. That the writers can then write some good stuff for him that he can actually
naive. I didn't get a chance to answer that question. It's definitely porn stash. It's porn because Elgin's an idiot, but it's because he's a kid. I'm accepting
he's not a kid. He's too big.
He's playing a 15-year-old. Elgin's 15. He's 15. He's a 15-year-old making poor decisions. He's a kid. He's a kid, dude.
I tend to forget that. They need to quit making adults play or play kids, and then you don't.
He's a kid. He's supposed to be
a teenager. Jamie, don't listen to Phil. You know it's not 15. He knows he's not fucking 15.
He's supposed to be. I don't know how old he's supposed to be. Like 17 or something like that.
Older than he said when he came on the show that he was too old to date Julie. So he said that was a
little teenager. That's all I remember. He might have said that, but he didn't on mine, so I don't know.
He's 14, 15 years old. He's like come on. He's like one of the.
I don't know. He's that young.
he's a
you want to say naivete and everything else like that. Yeah, I would love to talk about that, Jen. I like to know all that shit, what happened there and everything else. I invite your whole nerdy as fuck people to come on this show, not to talk about that, but just to talk about from anytime y'all want. Y'all,
I love you, Mandrell. Neither was I. Neither was I, Mandrell. Neither was I.
Yeah, 15. No, that was easy. It was a really, really, really bad move by Elgin and everything else and all that. I think so. Phil, do you think that he turns to Elgin or Clara and survives this season in a new form, or do you think they end him this season?
It's too tough to answer that question. You know I can't answer that question.
Yes, it's not too tough to answer the question.
No, I can't answer that question.
All right. Well, Phil says he cannot answer that question and everything. So we'll have to say that he can't. And Jamie,
I think he's in a really fucked position.
All right. What do you think, Jamie? Do you think the Man in Yellow survives the season? For the people who didn't hear it, like Jen, or do you think that they take the Man in Yellow out and we have a new threat next season?
No, I think that he's still going to be around. I can't see them doing it in one episode. That's too fast of a wrap up.
Yeah, I same. I think the Man in Yellow is here to stay. I think he'll go into the final season with fully powered.
Yeah, I think so, because it's. I think this season, I look at this season as one big. This season and next season is one big season. And I think that's the way it's not like the other seasons and stuff like that. All right, let's go into Sarah real quick. Sarah was a very important character, I would say, from until season 3, and then she got faded into the background. Do you think that Sarah gets a better role? First of all, do you like the way what they've done with Sarah, this character, and do you think that Sarah becomes more important in this last final episode, Jamie?
I mean, I would like to see her do more, although I think they have given her a decent arc because I really like what they did with the whole Elgin thing. That was creepy as shit that she went there. But in the last episode, again, I don't know. I feel like one episode, I keep saying that, but there's not a lot of time to do a lot of things. You know what I mean? Like they can only devote it to so many different things. And I feel like the majority of it is going to be with, getting the bones, trying to, and that part of it more than anything.
How long can they do it? How long can we focus on this bone situation? Let's look at what we got. We got Tabitha and them. They're already there with the bones. They're going to put the bones in the bag. We know the rope's coming down, and we know that she cut the rope, so we can assume that the rope's not going to work.
Yeah, somebody's going to fall.
Someone's going to fall down with the bones. Maybe someone makes it out. Someone is stuck in there. And they got to get this person out. I mean, I don't know how it shouldn't take that long to get this person out. I would think, even if you had the human centipede people down there in a row, you can get him out and they can climb up that person. I don't know how long they could devote to this whole thing. That I just don't know how long it can be. How long?
What's the runtime of this next episode?
I hear so many things.
It's like 49, minutes, I think.
They'll dedicate 48 minutes to this whole thing.
Probably. No, it's 40, 49, 58 or something like that. It's like,
yeah, I know there's rumors that there's no substantiation to the rumor that this episode is 90 minutes long. There's been no verification. I know people want it. Same with 14 episodes or 12 episodes next season that people are saying there might. There's no report that's real.
And the prequel series.
None of that's real yet.
It'd be nice if we got a prequel, but I don't see.
It'd be nice if we got more episodes next. The only way I could see them doing more episodes if they stretch it. If they do 14 episodes and do 7, take a break, 7 episodes.
Yeah.
They can do something ridiculous like that.
Just so they don't do what Stranger Things did and wait forever. That's my only caveat.
And also kind of build towards a prequel series and stuff like that towards the end of it. So
again, here's another show that was extremely popular that didn't stick the landing. And
they waited out their audience too. They should have ended in season 4 was the high point of that, when they first introduced Vecna and went out in season 4, and then they took too long between that, and then the conclusion wasn't as strong as the penultimate season. The penultimate season was the best season of Stranger Things. Come at me. I know people like the first one. Season 4 was the best one.
And now we are joined by Scarlett M. Echoes.
Hello. Hey, Tony. Hey, Phil. Hey, Jamie.
Hello. Sorry, she was messaging me and I didn't see her for a while, so that was my fault. She wasn't here. But
guys, girl, you took your sweet time coming here, Scarlett. We've been on here for over an hour and a half, but it's all right. It's great. It's great to hear. If you haven't heard from you in a very long time, so it's great to hear from you, Scarlett. We'll rehash some of the things we've already spoke about for you. This is for you because we asked the question: who is the bigger fool, Elgin or Porn Stash? Who do you pick in this?
Oh, that's a rough one. You gotta take it from a point. Is it horniness that's the problem? Or just stupidity? I'm gonna say Elgin. Elgin for the win.
Elgin for the win.
Because I think he's gonna take out more people than Porn Stash did.
Hey, listen, he could, because if she turns into him, that would all be on him for dumbness, so that is a very valid point. If something like that happens, and Elgin would, Jen the teacher says Elgin is the dumber. I still say because, as Phil said, there's a little bit of naivete on Elgin. Porn Stash was just a horny fuck.
Elgin was trying to, every time Elgin was stupid, he was trying to do something good. Porn Stash was trying to do something very, very bad. Very bad.
Fucking monster.
I mean, yes, he was just trying to be a bad
highly
boy.
Attractive monster. It wasn't like he was trying to fuck grandma. All right, let's give him a little bit of credit here, right? He didn't look out and see grandma and say, "Hey, grandma, let me smash those cheeks." He picked the best looking one of the bunch. So at least he went for it all. But he should have known, if the real people in real life didn't like you, why is the dead people gonna like you?
I think he could have slept with Trudy if he played his cards right.
I think he probably already didn't. Trudy dumped him. That's my idea.
I mean, Trudy looked like she's about that life, but I don't think anyone wanted him. That's why he had to go to the extreme. Like, he could have fucked nobody. I don't think Clara wanted him. Nobody wanted Porn Stash. Like, it was a wrap for him. That he had to go outside to the monsters. Like, if you're in the camp and you're sitting there, and all of a sudden, say a female or man, whoever you are, is in the camp, and all of a sudden you look out the window and you see Jason, you say, "Hey, let me try to fuck Jason." Not very smart move here, right? This wouldn't be smart. Or Candyman, if you wanted to fuck Candyman, or the Scream guy.
He does have a really nice voice.
Yeah, it wouldn't be a very smart move here. And we gotta look at Porn Stash. He tried to pull that off.
Yeah.
So I think it's a pretty bad move for on Porn Stash. I'm going Porn Stash, but I understand the Elgin situation too. You know what I mean?
It's recency bias too. Like Elgin is like back to back. Like a couple of big mistakes. He didn't have a lot of time, like in between his big mistakes last season and this season. It's like Porn Stash. It happened in season 1. It's a long time ago. It's easy to forget.
We don't know Elgin's body count, but we know Porn Stash's.
Exactly. That's another excellent point. Elgin's is yet to come. We'll have to see what it ultimately ends up.
Who is this Molly? Who's talking about this stuff, Molly? Molly, sorry, not on this live. Who's Molly? Who's Molly? Is Molly? Who's Molly? Not Molly.
Molly's Jasmine. Molly.
Yeah, Molly Dunsworth. That's not her.
Molly in the chat.
All right. Yeah, Molly Dunsworth. Yeah. Oh, they're talking Molly in the chat. All right. Sorry. I thought Molly Dunsworth was popping by because she has.
We've never seen her again.
They don't want to pay her.
Yeah, I know. I can't say why. She told me why.
I don't know why, and I'm speculating why. I don't.
Yeah,
We don't want to pay her.
she told me exactly why she's not back in the show, and she asked me not to say it, so I can't say. But I do know why she's not in the show. But I do think that it was no. I did not forget you, Ma. I would never forget you.
I don't know, and Tony didn't tell me, and I'm speculating that they like to pay the monsters as extras, and she's actually an actress, and they didn't want to pay her.
I will not confirm or deny that statement whatsoever.
That's my speculation. That's my headcanon.
Or anything else like that. Nerdy as fuck in the chat. Bring them out. Who is nerdy as fuck in the chat? Who are these people from the chat? I only know the two. I only know Jen, and I don't know the names of the other people. I just know Jen and that Xander dude. He's a black dude. And really, I don't be bringing people on my shows who are more muscular than me, but I'm going to make an exception for him. Usually, I can't. I don't be doing that shit. I'll make it.
Who's the last one? Mandrell? Mandrell, the last one?
Yeah, Mandrell was the last time I did that shit. That was the end of it. I brought Mandrell on, and this fucking came out here, this fucking bodybuilder motherfucker, and that was the end of it. I was like, no, can't do that. But no, we'll make an exception. We'll make an exception for this dude, and all that good stuff. All right, we'll get back to the show from Scarlett. Since you're here, how do you like this season so far? Do you think that they're doing the best season that they possibly could be doing right now for a penultimate season?
No. Simply no. I've got a lot of what's called frustration, Tony.
Why is that?
I want to see more story walking. Haven't seen story walking. I thought Julie would be story walking all over the time. 1883, 1506.
I agree. I think that they have dropped the ball with that. And again, so that's all I love, man, Joe. You know I love you, brother. You inspire me.
I just wanted to give you a shout out, Mandrell, really.
Yeah, you inspire me, man, Joe. You inspire me, you know what I mean? Can someone please put the phone number in the chat so in case people do want to call in, that they can call in. I would say that this is the problem when they do these things. Mm-hmm. You show Julie story walking. I understand that you need to, because she has such a superpower that when she's there, that it can easily solve this whole thing in 2 episodes. Right?
Maybe. I mean, if she has to figure out where to use the bookmarks and everything, it took a little bit longer. I'm just saying the build up of the last scene of the last season set up story walking might be the main arc.
They did set that up, and it did not fulfill that situation. So you don't think that they're going to do have the gym scene go through this episode?
Hopefully not, but I mean, I feel like they're kind of
bookend.
The story runners like to bookend, so probably.
Yeah, that when she finds Jim and that whole thing and everything else, and she gets the cut.
But then there was that older lady on the cast call sheet that was supposed to be the colonial lady in her 60s. I thought Julie was going to story walk back then. Maybe learn how to make the talismans.
Yeah,
hide them so Boyd finds them. Bootstrap paradox kind of thing happening.
I call it the Bill and Ted paradox, but yeah, that works too.
Yeah.
All that sounds like science fiction to me, and I like it all.
Mm-hmm.
I like it all, and I agree. I really think they should have did that. They should have did that. They should have did that. The guy, Julie, you don't remember me. They could have did that this season. Even like they could have picked things that don't give away the whole story, but you could have just had that in there. Julie don't remember me. She goes back to that time. She gets on there. Boom, boom, boom. She sees him there, and you get that done. You do the whole thing with her putting the goats in out there, and that's how Boyd finds him. You do a thing with her putting the talismans there and stacking them up, and that's how Boyd finds him. You could have did all that this season and got it done and been done with that stuff, and that would I think that would and still layered it with some of the things that we've already seen, and I think it would have worked better. But pushing things back to another season, as Phil said with Stranger Things, you elongate it too much to where it doesn't work. It doesn't have the same effect. And Molly said, I am the one who called last episode, just found y'all. Well, thank you for finding us. You should call this episode. We'd love to hear from you again.
I guess I also thought she'd find Eloise too in the timeline.
Do you think Eloise will be in this season?
I hope she's somewhere, man. I was really hoping that she'd show up in the finale, but I don't think she's going to.
Victor trolled us in the flash the dream, Henry's dream. Oh, she's on a plane. She's on her way here. We're gonna see Eloise.
Yeah, I thought we'd see older Eloise, and plus the priest license plate that kind of says Eloise in a weird, in a weird way.
I think it's just trolling people.
What do you think, Jamie?
I think she's alive just because I feel like otherwise he would have found the body. Him not finding the body to me was otherwise really stupid for him to not know if he found it,
Mm-hmm. This is area code 438. What's your name, where you're calling from, and what's your question or comment?
Hey, my name is Xander, and I'm calling from Montreal, Canada.
Welcome.
And hello. I don't know. I heard them talking about like Jen and me, so I thought I'd call and say what's up. And I don't know. I heard them talking about Eloise and Julie story walking, so I could.
I'm trying to picture your voice from your show, and it sounds a little fishy to me. I don't know if this is really, I don't know if this is really you, man. I think we could be.
You don't know. I'm on my headphones. I don't have the sweet mic.
Oh, okay. All right. That sounds more like you. All right, Xander. And Nerdy Fuck podcast. We don't want to tee or what's going on back there, but what were you saying about Eloise, bro? I thought you were from London. I thought you lived out there. I didn't know you lived in Canada.
I'm big on the Eloise is definitely a story walker and is lost somewhere in time. I don't know if you guys talk about that theory a lot, but I'm almost locked in on that one.
Like quantum leap, like she's lost leaping through time forever somehow.
Yeah, like she got stuck in a loop. She didn't have her bookmarks, so she is trying to find her way back.
Like Sam.
Exactly.
All right, let's go through the panel real quick. Do y'all believe that Eloise is possibly a story walker stuck in time?
That's really interesting because I thought that Julie was going to strand Ethan in time.
Right.
But Eloise stuck in time would be very interesting if like Julie came upon her, like story walked and rescued her. I mean, I don't know if you see the movie Syntronic because it kind of follows the plot line in the movie Syntronic, but where there was a daughter that was lost and somebody traveled in time to get the daughter.
And Chad,
you seem to pull from a lot of sci-fi movies as well, so they might have pulled that.
That's because this is all sci-fi. Everybody in the chat, put your question there. Jamie, what do you think about Eloise being stuck in time, quantum leap style?
I like that idea. I mean, I definitely think she's alive, but I don't know if she's a story walker or if Julie will come and meet in, join up with her somehow. But yeah, I like that idea. I hadn't really thought of that idea, but I like that idea. That makes sense too.
All right. I think, we got to look at the whole situation. So we look at Eloise. She runs out. Victor stays there. She runs out. We know Miranda died right then. She got killed. We don't hear anything from Eloise. We have to assume that eventually she was out there. We do see the picture of the man in yellow and what looks like in Victor's drawing, it looks like he's carrying a small child's body that he's eating. I am still going with my theory that I've stuck with, that Sarah is reincarnated Eloise. I'm gonna stay with it. I like the quantum leap theory. I think it's possible, but I just think that Sarah has to have a connection to that family somehow. Father Khatri said, "There's something special with you connected to this place. You're connected to this place and it's special." I think it needs to play out. And I think how it would be special is if she's Eloise reincarnated.
Eloise is dead and gone. We're never going to meet Eloise.
She's really good at hiding, Phil. She's hidden so much.
She's gone. I used to think Eloise was who knocked on the cabin.
Oh, the cabins, yeah.
Yeah, but at this point, I think Eloise.
And that's another thing that they're going to have to clear up. Like, who the fuck knocked on the cabin? Like, you need to show that shit already. Like, it's
or the RV. Who knocked on the RV?
We may never go back to those woods and everything and stuff. We may never go back there. Yeah, who knocked on the bottom of the RV?
The Cabbage Patch doll was
who knocked down the house that no one's seen? The house just collapsed like that. How'd that happen?
Was it the little marionette doll?
Yeah, these are
Oh,
things.
Jasper?
Was it Jasper? Did Jasper come alive?
We have someone on the phone call. He takes precedence.
Do you think it was Jasper? No, I'm kidding. Call it.
All right. Thank you for taking my question, guys.
All right,
thank you. Please come back in the future.
Yeah, we invite you. We invite you and your whole podcast people. Come on Teflon TV. We'll chop it up with you because you're a friend of our girl Jen. And y'all can all come on here and we can get into it a little bit more. Yeah, and who pulled the tent? I know you said, Jamie, that you don't think that everything is going to be solved, but do you think these things that we just brought up will be solved?
Yeah, I think those ones are really important. I sure hope so. The tent, I don't know. I hope so. Again, I think it needs to be. But some of them, I don't know. Some of them to me are more important than others. And I think everybody kind of has their own ones that they want answered. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, the tent, I would hope so. Eloise, they can't not answer. That's for sure. What was the other one? I forget what the other one was now.
It's all right. So who knocked on the bottom of the RV?
Oh,
Who knocked on the back of the cabin? How did the house fall down, collapse on Jim and them just out of nowhere?
Spider.
I think the man in yellow collapsed the house, but whether we'll find that out, I don't know.
Yeah, but how?
But the knocking, they may not answer. I feel like the cabin and the RV they might not answer.
See, to me, the only way the house collapses like that is we're dealing with a fourth dimensional being. There's no other thing that, unless you're dealing with some type of simulation where they can just collapse stuff in the simulation. Because the way it went down, we've seen the cracks form and we've seen the house go. If it's a fourth dimensional being, we would not see them physically doing it. We would just see the effects from it. So it makes me feel like they have to go that route with it. In the end, when it's all said and done, if they don't go that route with it, then there's nothing that can explain the house just cracking and falling down like that. And Randall's saying specifically, houses just don't collapse like this. He says that there to point out that this is an unnatural event of this house is collapsing like this.
Unless you have a wench in your Randall, then he can take down anything. You know,
Randall
with a wench can take down anything.
His last name is MacGyver. You know that, right?
Yeah, he's got skills. They brought him in for that door. MacGyver. He'll get that door open. He'll get that tree down. Like he's Randall. He's
known as Randall MacGyver, you know. So Randall
he figures stuff out. That's his role now. He's got a role. And we were talking about Sarah and with Sarah's role. Sarah is on comm. She's like Wesley Crusher right now. She's on the comm. She's running the radio. She's got an important job. That radio job is very important for Sarah. She's doing important things.
Oh, they dropped the ball with Sarah, I think. I really think they dropped the ball with. I think they can make it up.
I had a question for you, Tony. Do you think they dropped the ball a bit having such a big cast? Because it seems like everybody had to have like a line in every episode.
You know, I think they dropped the ball by not killing the cast off. I think you can have this type of cast. And that's one thing that these shows who have large casts, you know, Game of Thrones, Walking Dead, that they were good at getting rid of these people. Like you have to bring in people, make people care about them, then wipe them out. And you have to make the fandom really believe that anyone can die at any time. Phil, you weren't here when we talked about this, but we talked about this. If you go through all the greatest shows on television, whether it's The Wire, whether it's Sopranos, Breaking Bad, all the ones that are considered the top tier, every one of those shows, what they have in common is they made you believe that anyone could die. We knew that goddamn Tony Soprano wasn't dying, but everyone else in his crew was good there. In The Wire, anyone could die. Stringer Bell fucking died. You know, anyone could die. Wallace died. Everyone can get it. And that's what made Omar fucking die. I mean, they did it to make you believe that can happen. And I think that's what they're missing in the show, because there's so many people, and me and Jamie went through them from season 1 that we just can't see being killed. Like we don't see them that they're willing to take these people out. And I think that's their issue with this show, that they're too afraid to take out the season 1 cast members. and they should, because the season 2 cast members don't matter. If you kill Randall all you want, no one's gonna care. You kill Elgin, no one's gonna care.
It's Haley's.
You kill Acosta, it's only gonna be me. Who cares? you kill all these other people. It's not gonna. And no one's gonna care. Speaking of Acosta, speaking of her, we just happened to have her on our program, and she said some interesting things.
So, like, if Acosta had to create her perfect man, like an avatar, the Don Tony Teflon would be it.
Nice.
We've heard it. We've heard it. We've heard it. All right, Mandrell. All right, brother. You heard who it is? It's the Don.
See, that's another thing that I feel gives you frustration is Acosta. I thought Acosta would find the clue. She's sitting around tagging everything in the basement and in the diner, and then Elgin comes up and finds the clue like in 2 seconds.
Yeah, and Elgin, why don't you bring that to your to
Anyone
Acosta?
else?
Like, no, because Acosta is the one who told him to look for things. So when you find it, you take it to Acosta first. You don't take it to the person that's in the picture. I mean, that's like, again, if we're talking about just being slightly smarter, I understand his mind was in the right place to go show it to somebody, but it should have been to Acosta.
I agree.
There was something else to do. They need to give that girl something to do.
They need to just show her on the screen more. Like, you know, they're just not giving her enough. Again, they have Elgin find something and not her find something. Now, if you did it that way, like we set the scenario up to be a little bit better. All right, Jamie, we're going to break down how the Don Tony Teflon Philly guy think it should have played out, and you tell if you think this would have been better or worse, and you have to agree with it. You can say, that's worse. You guys suck. So we thought that Elgin, if you're gonna have him find the picture, you have him find the picture, and you have him show it to what's that lady's name? The mole. Now I'm forgetting her name. Blanking.
Clara.
You have him show it to Clara and say, "Hey, this looks like blah 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 in the picture," and then she goes. And then when he's about to go somewhere, he goes, I got to show Boyd. She goes then, locks the door, and then tells, and then he gets bagged up. And that's how he gets caught.
Instead of him going right up to Sophia.
Right to her and showing the picture. Show it to this chick, and then this chick goes, locks the door. And then he's like, what are you doing? And then that's the whole thing with Sophia. Happens to him and stuff. We thought that it would be better if it played out that way.
It would have been a smarter decision for aim in one eye.
It would have been smarter. I agree. And it would have been better. But I feel like, does he really know Clara that much? That's why I think he should have taken it to anybody that he was comfortable with.
Yeah,
but
fair.
Anybody but her, though, still would have been better.
Right. And that's a fair point. Like, even if he brings it to Randall or he brings it to one of the other people that we've seen he has some sort of history with.
Yeah, but he's in that moment with them, so we can only use the actors that we have. Right?
Yeah, it would have been better to give it to Clara.
Clara is the preferable choice.
Or the thing is I feel like if it were me, I would have been like, hey, this person looks like you. Do you think like your relative lived here at some point, or your ancestor, or not ancestor, but you know what I mean? Somebody in your family lived here. It looks like you, not say like it looks exactly like you. It must be you is what he implied, obviously. Like, I don't know. He could have changed the way he said it so it wasn't so.
Yeah, and we've looked at Polaroids before. Nothing's clear in a Polaroid. You'd know it, but you'd be like, this looks kind of like you, you know? Like
there's no way you could take a Polaroid like that, Phil.
No.
I mean, with foreground and background all in focus.
Exactly. I know you can't do that rack focus with a fucking Polaroid. You can't. I know. I remember. I got one.
Yeah, the Polaroid is like it's like the Nintendo cartridge, but instead of blowing in it, you just have to wave it in the air a little bit. You know, it's still
and every other picture
it's still air. It's still air.
Jumping up and down with them when you're young, like trying to get them to develop.
And they fade over time. Like they eat from the inside.
I have 1,000 Polaroids that my mother and father took in my album right now. Thousands of them right now. Still, you know what I mean? And it's an amazing device. It is a really amazing device and all that stuff. But no, it was just a dumb move. I think when we look at the whole Elgin and porn stash thing, I still have to lean up. Porn stash is still the stupidest person in the show, and Elgin's second. Elgin. Is there anyone else who's done dumb stuff like that? Henry? No, Henry hasn't been that. He's been dumb, but not that dumb.
Drunk is different than dumb.
Yeah, drunk is different than dumb. We can't put him in there. So porn stats is still the dumbest.
That dude from season
dumb shit though. But he's a kid again. Ethan. He's done dumb shit.
Yeah, Ethan. Kids don't count. That dude that dude at the beginning of the season who got his wife and his.
But that's we don't blame him or it's the kid who did it. The kid should have been hit in the back of the head with a brick by the mother. That's her fault.
Yeah, she should have let her open the window. Like she should have been on her before she had a chance.
Yeah, you guys are right. She should have knocked the kid.
That's how you know it wasn't a black mother. Because if it was a black mother and that daughter was by that window, I guarantee you that black mother would have got that daughter out that window with the quickness, just by the yell of her voice or with her damn shoe. She would have hit her right in the back of the neck, and it would have been a wrap, and it would have been over. She would have been knocked unconscious, and she would have just dragged her away from the window. And that would have been it. Everyone lives. Everyone's living. And that's instead she's going to say, she's not your grandmother. Fuck you. Why are you talking to her? Run over to her and grab her ass. You don't need to have a conversation at this point at all. You ain't killing me, motherfucker. And why did the mom just stay inside the house? When the daughter got, I would have leapt out the back window and like, see, you fucked up. You should have listened to me. And that would have been it. Then I would have kicked the husband's ass in the morning for doing that. That would have been it. But she stayed there. I don't know. What I love the scene and everything else to get you on to the show, but it couldn't have been a black lady doing that show. Doing that part and everything. People, whatever happened to Tilly's body, nobody knows what happened to Tilly.
Yeah, that's another thing too I'm frustrated about is Tilly. She was just never mentioned again.
Kenny mentions her once at the beginning of the season.
Where her body is. We need to know if she was buried.
I think he says he buried her, or he was investigating her murder, so I assume he buried her.
I don't think he said he buried her, but
Tilly.
He said he was interviewing people.
Tilly is the man in yellow. Tilly is this. Tilly's that. We'll never know because they ain't going through there at all and everything else, or anything like that. People like Roger was also dumb. Yeah, Roger was done.
Yeah, Roger was dumb.
Yeah, big rope. Let's just pull it up and see what we find inside of it. What are you looking for in there? You know what I mean? Yeah, Roger was definitely dumb. You know what I mean? I can't hold that either. Not that dumb, but dumb enough.
Honorable mention.
Yeah, he gets the honorable mention of that. I don't know, but Tilly, they should have did better for her. She deserved more than just the shears to the chest, not to get buried or anything. And boy, just saying to Elgin, I'm gonna tell everybody you killed Tilly. You better keep your mouth shut. I'm gonna tell everybody you killed her. I'm gonna blame you for the whole. No one asked question. What did he tell her? If he's saying that he could still tell people that Elgin killed Tilly, that means it's still an open investigation, right?
Mm-hmm. Apparently.
That no one knows. So what? No one gives a fuck anymore. They just say, whatever happened to her, happened to her. That's
they didn't
it.
figure it out, so it's
they didn't put a Costa on the case. See, this is the problem with I also have with Costa is I thought she was going to be put up against like a foil against Boyd, and then that never really happened.
I believe. You know what? I thought they would do that too. Yeah. I thought they would have like a Costa side and Boyd side, and she takes over the town because he sets it up. He says to Kenny, "You need to be in charge. We can't have a hothead like Acosta taking over this place." Mm-hmm. And they never did anything with that.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's just a throwaway line, and they never did anything. And I really thought that they would do something there. Someone said Eloise is Tilly.
You really did get lost in time.
That'd be amazing if Eloise is Tilly. That would have been amazing. If that was so. Who else am I? Clara, I heard is Eloise.
Abby.
Yellow.
Abby, I would say Abby is the best chance.
Yeah.
More than all of them. Abby would have been, but Clara, I don't know how people even came up with that shit.
Because people were saying that the writing on the envelopes that Sophia was reading that the priest wrote, like somebody wrote the priest, and it was similar to Abby's handwriting somewhere else.
Abby,
So
Abby's handwriting?
yeah.
When did we see Abby write a letter?
I don't know.
Boyd had Abby's letter.
Oh boy, had Abby's letter.
My guess
one,
is it's
one
probably
about
the same prop
going to the
person
grocery
made it.
store. Sorry.
Sorry, no, I just said my answer is probably the same prop person made it. Is the only.
Yeah, she did write that letter about the grocery store, like going to the grocery store, and that Ellis was going to be home so they could get some action or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, the bottom line is she was there. She dreamt of the place before.
She's about the right age too.
Is she older than Victor or younger than Victor?
She's younger, but she would fit the age.
Younger. I think she's young. Eloise is younger than Victor.
Yeah, Eloise is younger, yeah.
And this lady was younger than Victor, Boyd's wife, because Boyd is way over. Because Boyd's way older than Victor. Boyd's in the 60s. Harold Pernew's in the 60s.
But I think he's older than his wife, though. I think supposed to be, isn't he?
I don't know, but I just know Harold Pernew's in the 60s, and the actor who plays Victor is 50-something. So he's older than him. So you would think that she would, if he's marrying him, she'd be, well, young girls like older men anyway. At least when it's in my experience in life. How about you? That's the way it's always been. So it's possible. The hair doesn't match though, because she's blonde, unless she's dyeing it. I don't know if I think it's Sarah.
They were smoking weed, not crack, Pygmy Puff. Those were bongs. They were smoking weed. It's not crack house. They were smoking weed. It was bong hits.
Who was that?
Someone saying that they were in the scene where Henry was playing piano. They were smoking crack in the background.
No, they don't have crack.
It was weed. It was weed. It was Fatima's weed supply. It's
Fatima. They've established the Fatima Kush from season 1 that she was making.
Those were clearly bong hits, dude. Pygmy Puff.
Yeah. They may be huffing in there. They may find some huff.
They made some dust off or something like that.
Yeah. I remember when I was little Phil boy. I used to go in I was such a stupid kid. I used to go in there and grab the whipped cream.
Whipped cream cans, yeah.
Whippets,
baby.
And then stagger around the grocery store like a fool. And we used to all do it. We go in there like 10 kids, and we all just grab the whipped cream.
we all chipped in and bought a cracker. Then we go to the store and buy the refill cartridges for whipped cream. Oh, it's horrible. We were bad kids. Bad kids.
Oh, it was terrible. It was terrible.
Well, see, the actress
that
played
that
Abby, the actress that played Abby was born in 1970.
Oh, she's young.
So she's what, 40? She's 48. It should be 48.
55,
56.
56. My bad. I'm going the wrong way. So she's 56. Yeah. So she's older than Victor, the actor who plays Victor, right? He's like 52.
I have to look at Scott McCord and see how old he is.
Yeah, I think Scott McCord's like 52, I would say.
Yeah, I think around the same age. But isn't like Eloise only a couple years younger than Victor?
Yeah. I mean,
or maybe they're Julie Ethan separated age.
Yeah, you could always have actors play younger or older than they are too. So it really wouldn't.
I mean, some people think Donna's Eloise, so I figured that one out.
Donna's Eloise.
Yeah.
Eloise is dead.
I've heard a lot, Scarlett, but I didn't hear that shit.
Anytime somebody asks me that, I'm like, tell me your story. Walk it back. Tell me how we get here.
Please tell me how you came up with that garbage. You know what I mean? And everything.
I hope so. I hope she does show up in the assisted living home with
I think they need to do that just so people will know whether or not she's another character.
I totally agree. I thought they were going to do that the last episode in the dream sequence or whatever that is. I hope they do it in the final episode.
That Eloise shows up?
Yes, the final push to get him to go over the top isn't Victor enough. It's both of them.
And
I thought you meant there was going to be a massacre and then Eloise just shows up at the end. Where is everybody?
I could see that too.
Well, that would suck, but yeah, I could see that.
I'm done hiding.
And she sees Victor being eaten.
The nerdy as fuck show says, wait for our season 5 theory or orgies, the secret through escaping Fromville. I would say no, because we've seen the orgies and
That's That was barely an orgy.
How do you know it's barely an orgy, Scott? Are you an orgy master? All right. You're correct. It was barely an orgy. But I don't know. I would think that I know it was supposed to be more graphic and they turned it down, what they told us. Liz Saunders told us that when she came on that.
Well, yeah,
it was supposed to be more wild and they turned it down before it opened.
Yeah, in the pilot script, they're supposed to be doing more drugs than pot.
Yeah, it's supposed to be much wilder going on and enough craziness going on. Diddy's supposed to pop out of the cabinet and shit and grease everybody out and everything else.
And he's asked Donna, she still is having those wild sex parties, though.
Yeah, Kenny did say that.
So they might have had some.
He did bring it up.
I always thought Donna and Henry were hooking up, so that was.
The funny thing was funny because we had Donna on with her husband at the same time, and I said that. I said to her, it seems like your character and Henry seem to be hitting it off a little bit there. And then her husband goes, "I don't see that. What do you mean you see that? That's not what's going on here. I don't see that at all." I was like, dude, we ain't asking you. You're already dead. We're not talking about you anymore. We're talking to your wife. But he didn't want to hear any of that shit at all. He didn't want to hear anything jumping off with that.
Well, we were interviewing her. I mentioned the Henry Donna connection, and a phone rang, and she said, "Ooh, is that a booty call?"
I forgot about that shit.
She's great.
She is great. She is great. Liz is great. She's one first person we had on, right, Phil?
Smiley.
No. It was Fatima. Was Fatima the first one we had on?
It was either Smiley or Fatima.
I think it was Fatima was the first one we got on. I think Fatima was the first one. Then I thought it was on, but we did get Smile. I don't know what Smile. We got. I don't know. We got Fatima on, then Smile, and then I think Liz, and then we got the Jazz. Then we got Molly Dosworth. Molly, because it took a while to get Molly on because we were having problems with communication and shit. I remember that and everything and all that stuff. And her dad was with the Trailer Park Boys. He's one of the main actors from the Trailer Park Boys and all that we talked about. Molly, just talking about Molly, says, "All right, do we lose Jada Tabitha in this season 4 finale?" All right, we'll go around the horn. We'll start with the ladies. Scarlett, you were here last, so let's start with you, and then we'll go right around. Do we lose Jada or Tabitha in this episode?
No. Simple answer. No, because you're going to have to do the whole reincarnation thing over again. You're going to have another car crash. I don't think that there's too much. There's so much wind up that doesn't actually get wound eventually in the show. But what I think is happening is that people are going to turn against Jade and try to kill him at least. Tabitha has been said in the show has it even worse. So I don't think they're going to do that all in the last hour. I think that's going to play out in season 5. So yes, they both live.
Okay. Jamie?
I think they're both going to live. I don't think either are going to die, but I could see one of them like breaking a leg or something, or twisting an ankle.
Falling down the ladder.
Like one of them is definitely going to fall. I feel like, because otherwise, what was the point of cutting the ladder?
Yeah, definitely someone's going to break their ass. I would say they can't kill him. I just think they're untouchable. I think they're afraid to kill him. I think the showrunners are afraid to kill off any of the main cast from season 1, and they refuse to do so. And that's why I think they're will survive no matter what. They all have too much plot armor on them. I think they'll kill off anyone else who came in, but all the season 1 people, I think they're all safe. Brandy says, are all the interviews on this channel? Yes, we have all the interviews on Teflon TV that we did. Phil, who are all the people we have interviewed? Let's go through it real quick.
You can also find them all on, if you want to listen to audio versions, on the Escaping From podcast.
On the Escaping From podcast, yes. Who would we go through?
Fatima, Smiley, Liz, Scott, Julie, Molly, Christy.
We interviewed Chrissy. We did
Dale.
Samantha Brown,
Dale,
We did the Man in Yellow. Doug, we the first one. We were the first one to ever interview Doug on YouTube, and then we did Sophia. We did Elgin.
Yep, I think that's it.
I think that's all. Everyone we wanted to. And Julie, and yeah, we said Julie. We got Julie and Julie. And listen, and we got and Kenny's mom too. We had her on. We had her on because she disclosed the mushrooms in there, the mushroom tea that she was making in there, and she told us that she gave that away. And then we had Julie.
No, we didn't have Jim, but we did have Paul Rudd pretending to be Jim.
Yeah. and we got Julie, who says go back and watch that interview, and all y'all think that there's no extraterrestrial stuff. When I interviewed her, and I said to her, I said, yeah, so Boyd had those worms in him, and she goes, oh, you mean the extraterrestrial parasites? And I said, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. And then everybody just said, oh, now everyone talks like that, Tony. Everyone just says that. I had conversations with motherfuckers my whole life, and I've never heard someone just say extraterrestrial just like that. Never heard it. I heard aliens, heard ET, but no one just pulled it all out and stuff. But she said that those words specifically. But that's just what it is, and everything else and all that. So we'll see in the end who's right about this whole situation. But I was wrong about one thing, so I will have no choice but to eat the hot chip. But it's not my fault that we have experts that agree with me.
We have all sorts of stories, mythologies, legends that could be interpreted as gods, who in reality were misinterpreted extraterrestrials.
Aliens.
Nothing I can do about it. I can't do nothing that the experts come on our show and tell us that this is what's going on here. I go with the experts in here, and that's why I just go with. That's just the way it is. That's just the way it is and stuff. Nothing I can do about it.
Well, you got your star magic. You got your cosmic bar. You got your little green men.
We sure do. We got it all. We'll see. I'm very confident. I ain't worried about it.
I mean, Cthulhu is from space.
That's right. Cthulhu's from space.
From space.
All right. Do you think this is that the Man in Yellow was a spider in the end, a giant alien spider? Or do people think he is? Do you think that's the case?
Do I think that's the case?
I mean,
I hope not, because it's too Pennywise ish. Is it not?
Yeah, I'm not saying it's not. It's not Penny. I'm just saying that we got Ethan says the spider came down and scared all the children or whatever, blah blah, whatever. Is he a giant spider? Is he just his real form a spider? Is saying that the eyes when he looked at Clara looked like spider eyes.
Like 8 eyes.
Is that what he really is? And if he is let's ask it 2 parts. Is that what he is? And if he is that, would that be satisfying to you?
I love a giant spider, but no, it would not be satisfying to me.
All right. Jamie?
Yeah, I don't think he's a spider. Although they do keep showing him upside down, which is weird, but they do sometimes show things. But I hope not. I don't want him to be a spider. I think it's like the devil or a demon, personally.
Okay.
That's not to say like I said though, I still consider a lot of that kind of stuff sci-fi, but I don't think he's an alien.
I hear you. All right, Phil.
I mean, I'm on board with the anything's possible situation, and I also don't think sci-fi and alien stuff and magic stuff can't coexist in the same breath. I think you see that in Star Trek too. You see that in a lot in obviously some Star Wars stuff too, if you want to even consider Star Wars science fiction, and many other things as well, with the mix of them into it. So I do think there's some elements of mixes. That being said, I don't think anyone's a Teenage Mutant Ninja Spider. I don't. I mean, I think perhaps the only element I could think is that if the Man in Yellow has shape-shifting ability, but he specifies that he can only shapeshift into people that have died there. So if Charlotte from Charlotte's Web dies there, does that include spiders? I mean, if it includes spiders, maybe he could turn into a spider. Like Odo from Deep Space Nine, he can like shapeshift. But I think
yeah,
he could change into anything.
Phil.
Maybe he's the dog. Maybe he's the dog.
The dog, or the sheep, or a goat. Yeah.
Phil, I've had trauma over that fucking movie, Charlotte's Web, my whole life, and I've gotten over it.
It's hard. I'm sorry to bring it up. I'm sorry to bring up a tough moment.
You bring this up to me here later on in my life to relive the trauma that I had of this fucking famous fucking pig and everything else that happened in that movie.
What a pig.
I can't hear about Charlotte's Web or the goddamn Secret of Nim or any of these movies that traumatized me as a child.
It's emotional.
I will say that it really looks like they're leaning into the spider thing, but it doesn't make sense. He doesn't eat like a spider. We see him chewing stuff and eating flesh. Spiders don't eat like that. So if he was a spider, it just wouldn't make sense to me. But I do think that in the end, they've talked about it too much for that not to have any type of spider thing in here. And with Boyd and the little spiders crawling all over him and biting and spider webs all over the place, like it just doesn't. I see them, and I'm not gonna like it. I'm not gonna like it no matter what. I don't care how they do it. This is not Lord of the Rings. I'm not gonna dig it, but I do see them going that way with it. And when people say the Secret of Nim, wow. Y'all never seen Secret of Nim? You never seen?
Yes, I have. Yes.
Scarlett.
I read the book too. Yes.
You have seen every fucking movie ever made. I don't think anyone has ever named the movie that you have not seen. You have seen every. You are by far the most historical movie person that I've ever met in my life. You have seen every movie ever. I don't think there's one that you've not seen. Without a shadow, that you are an encyclopedia of all these movies, of everything and stuff. All right, we'll name what people say. The Outsiders. Scarlett, have you seen The Outsiders?
Yes, I have seen The Outsiders.
Jamie, have you seen The Outsiders?
I don't know. I think I might have seen part of it a long time ago. I'm not sure.
Yeah, the Secret of Nim is great. Scarlett has seen everything. And I know Phil used to live The Outsiders. He used to dress up like
that's
that.
That's very simple.
Oh yeah, like who?
He was Pony Boy.
Baby, Swayze. No.
He used to call him. They used to call him Pony Boy. Was his nickname growing up? Was Phil Pony Boy?
That was more like the kids they bullied.
Oh, great movie and everything. It was a phenomenal movie. The best book. Yeah, they forced you to read that book in school when I was in school. Like they forced you to read the fucking Outsiders. So we had no choice.
And To Kill a Mockingbird.
That's what that movie was. And if you look at the cast, we'll go back to front, but if you look at the cast, it may be the greatest cast ever assembled that actually became famous and went somewhere in movie history. Like every one of the cast became a major star of the men, I would say. Even the women, right? Danielle Lang was Cherry Valley. And then you had Patrick Swayze was in it. Johnny Depp was in it. Tom Cruise was in it.
Daniel LaRusso,
Ralph Macchio was in it. And who was the other guy in it?
Rob Lowe.
And Rob Lowe was
Emilio Estevez
too.
Wasn't a Dillon brother in that too?
And Matt Dillon. Matt Dillon was in it too. That every one of those people became one of those people became major stars who was in that fucking movie. Every fucking one of them all became major stars, which never happens. Never happened. And Phil has the picture just like that. Every one of them became major stars. That is amazing. That every one of them made it and became.
Except for that guy on the right. Who's he? Who's that guy on the bottom right? It's like a Scientologist. I don't know.
Oh, Tom Cruise.
Oh yeah, okay.
Tom Cruise. Yeah. Tommy.
He might make a movie or two.
It might be the greatest casting of all time for a casting director. In all honesty, and all that, it might be the greatest casting of all.
I gotta wonder if the casting director went off to do a lot more.
You would hope so, right?
Probably. I'd have to look up.
I have to look all that up. But pulling all those people in one movie and stuff, it has to be the greatest casting director or cast assembled for one movie that everyone actually became successful after. Of all time.
It was Janet Hershenson, and that was who did the casting director. In case people want to know her name. And I always forget Francis Ford Coppola directed that.
All right, I got to get up in a little bit. I know they go till like 3 a.m. Madame, I cannot do that. I can't do that tonight. I'm sorry. I really wish I could. But we're gonna.
I do have one more question.
Yeah. We'll go. I got at least 15 minutes left for you. Easy.
And I have the list of movies she casting directed too, as well. If people are curious.
Okay, we're gonna try to get it back to From here.
Who? Don't give me this. Oh, you are off tangent person. So I don't even want to hear that shit. I've heard the tangents go over with y'all.
Oh,
All right, but let's go. What are you talking about, girl?
Okay, let's go. The Golem, is it going to come alive? Is Fatima going to become the Golem? Is it a nothing burger? What is it?
The Golem. So Jamie and me talked about this a little bit earlier.
Oh, okay.
So we'll give Phil a chance before we respond. Phil, are you still there?
What happened?
All right, Phil. He's it's Cheech and Chong time. All right, Jamie, we'll go to you. We'll go to you. And I know you've seen those movies too already, Scout.
Yes.
Jay, what do you think about the Golem? You think it's gonna happen or no?
I don't think it is anything, but I want it to be. I'm really annoyed if it's not. Just because, like,
I honestly was hoping that when they made the plan to take the tree out, that Fatima might write the word truth on top of the golem to activate it, because her father knew about different mythologies, because the character in the word truth looks a lot like the character on Storywalker Fred's bookmark. So I thought there was a connection there. It looked like Olive. And I thought, oh, she's going to know to write the word truth on the golem's head and activate him and then tell him to go pull the tree out. Well, that's not happening.
Yeah, I think
it could be a nothing burger.
Yeah, I think it's a nothing burger. I think Fatima's thing is that she's got, listen, I said before, she's a dead woman. We know she's a dead woman. She's not going to survive. She's already dead. She's a walking dead. I think she's just got to do whatever she's got to do before she turns to help them, and then just turn, and that's it, and that's how I think that's the only way it could go for her. I don't think the Golem means anything. I think it was a waste of time just even seeing Elgin just bring the dirt up there, and her doing this whole ghost. I thought it was going to be like an Elgin thing, like a ghost and shit. Like she was going to start making ceramics. So we did see those chicks outside the Colony House doing the ceramics at one point with the wheel. So I thought maybe they'd do like a little ghost thing and shit, and Elgin would get killed. I thought he died in the cabins, and then she'd be able to do that shit, and they run that, but they didn't do it. They just had to bring straight dirt to the room for no reason. I don't think that's gonna work when it's all said and done and everything. Nerdy as Fuck Show says Ellis will become the Golem. He's be injured, and his essence will go into the thing. We'll see. I don't know if I don't know if Ellis will become the Golem. Maybe. I just think the Golem is just a done deal.
So what do you think Fatima is going to turn into then, Tony?
What happened?
What do you think that Fatima is turning into? A monster or just stone?
No, I think she should become a monster. She should be tapping on the window, and they should know her. That makes more sense for them to do it that way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If she just all of a sudden just pops up and she's the kimono lady and she's whispering to fucking Elgin, "I'm back, Elgin, it's me. I can save you all." Like, that's not gonna work for me. Like, I need her to be out there tapping the window and everyone know it's her, and her smiling at everybody trying to get them.
Oh, that'd be creepy.
Like, we need I need that to go down for it all to work. Bill is back with a phone call.
Area code 207. What's your name? Where you calling from? And what's your question or comment?
It's Molly.
What's going on, Molly?
I just want to talk about the golem.
All right, let's go. Proceed, Molly. Let's go.
So I just don't believe that the golem could possibly be just for absolutely nothing. Like, maybe it doesn't serve a purpose. Maybe it was just a MacGuffin. I don't know, but I don't know why Fatima would have been compelled to make the golem if it was just for nothing. So that's like my last Hail Mary prayer for Fatima. And I know that Tony's looking to get done with the stream, so I'll
No. I don't put anything of your call on me getting done with anything. Just talk your talk. Don't worry about me. I'll stay on as long as you here. Easily.
Well, I appreciate that, and you're a darling. Thank you.
Thank you.
But yeah, I mean, I hope I kind of think that's like her last hope, honestly. And I just, again, like I said, it could be a huge MacGuffin and just be nothing, or maybe, as someone else just suggested, could be related to Alice. But I don't know, man. I'd like to see Alice like actually step up and, I don't know, do something else aside from, I don't know, be connected to the golem. But I guess if that's what saves Fatima, but I just hate to see Fatima turn into one of the creatures. It's a bummer. Period.
Ellis, the guy who watched his friend get killed and ran out the door and then shut it behind him to make sure.
Yeah. No shit.
Ellis?
I did.
He could have just ran
all season for them to use this guy. And
I've seen a lot of people in a lot of movies afraid. And they take off, but they don't take the time to turn around and lock the door behind them when they go. Right? They go.
That's some Shane from The Walking Dead level shit right there.
Yes.
For real. Oh, for real. Oh, fucking Shane from The Walking
Dead. It is. It's a Shane. It's a Shane move.
Get me on him all night.
Yeah.
I can go back and watch it. That's great. I mean, awful great, awful, but funny.
Oh, no. I mean, honestly, if I was to go back and watch any of The Walking Dead, and I didn't even completely finish it because it got pretty hairy. But if I go back, I will always go back to, I can't remember the name of the episode right now, but the last one with him, with Shane. Like, I mean, it was all pretty crazy.
No, I agree. That was The Walking Dead at its best at that point in time.
Absolutely. But yeah, no, that's really all I guess I had to say. Everything else I pretty much already asked in chat about Jade and Tabitha. I think they'll both make it too. I was just wondering what other people's take on it was, but
I don't think the showrunners have the balls to kill off any main cast. I just don't think they have it in them to do it.
No, I agree with you, but I don't want to see my Donna go either.
Donna's already been tried. They tried to kill her twice. They ain't gonna do it again. It just wouldn't work to do it 3 times in one season.
Cruel.
That would be awfully nasty. I agree.
They should have killed her. Like, she should have died at this heart attack. She should not be alive right now. It would have meant more to the show if she died right now.
In fairness, I have to agree with you.
It would have made it so that people, like, not only are the monster a threat, but just everyday life, cancer and everything else that just hits people up is a threat too in this place. And they haven't really focused their energy or anything like that. And they could have really went that way with it. Like, yeah, you have to deal with monsters, and yeah, you have to deal with this, but we still have regular issues that hit people here too. And they could have really went that route with her just having a natural heart attack, unnatural, not natural about a heart attack, but unnatural heart attack. That would, even though that's declared a natural death when you do die from a heart attack, but an unnatural thing is a heart attack. I think it would have been a good way to go with the show to explore that part of this whole town and everything.
No, for real, I agree with that. Actually, my dad died of a heart attack last year, and thank you. You know, shit happens, and like with all the stress that she's been under and everything she's gone through for years, and I mean, I'm not even sure. I don't know. Maybe you guys would know how many years that Dawn has been there. I don't know if they have expressly stated that, but I mean,
they do. If you look at the sign, I have it somewhere in my computer. But if you look at the missing poster, it will say exactly when she went missing.
Gotcha. But yeah, that would have been a very impactful death, and it is. Even though none of us want to see any of our favorite characters die, it's, you know, sometimes it's necessary to move a plot forward, and, you know, not everybody should have plot armor. So, and it's impactful. So, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm still just hoping Fatima doesn't turn into a creature, but yeah, it's looking that way. So, I don't know. We'll see.
All right. Thank you for the call. We really appreciate it.
And we had one call during that 845. If you want to slip in quickly before Tony calls it, call right back. You have a few moments.
Yeah, 845, you can call right back on show. And it's not me slipping. I don't know. When I end my stream, doesn't mean that y'all are gonna. Are you guys still going on Sci-Fi Vision?
We can, but I don't know how you switch it over to our StreamYard. How do you do that?
Yeah, I can't hear Jamie. Jamie, we can't hear you. I can't hear her.
I can hear you.
Oh, okay.
Area code 845. Welcome to the show. What's your name? Where are you calling from? And what's your question or comment?
Hey, this is Jen, the teacher. I'm actually calling from New York and from Nerdy AF, and I've been on Sci-Fi Vision and a bunch of other channels. What's going down, Tony? Missed you. How have you been?
What's going on? Let me give me this bullshit. You missed me. I told you to hit me up. You had to do something. You ain't
I don't know how to reach you.
You ain't did it. I told you I missed you. I'll get on there. Hey, Jen, hit me up. I ain't heard from her in 2 months. Hey, Tony, I missed you.
Hi, Scarlett. Hey, Jamie.
Hi.
Hey. Hi, my love. How are you? Hey, Phil. Thank you for letting me on. So, but Tony, I don't know how to get in contact with you, so we'll definitely have to fix that. But as far as the golem's concerned, I think that if Fatima is quote unquote turning into a monster, or at least what we know of Smiley from being in the autopsy, that the insides are shriveling up, if that's the case, then she would be almost like her own type of golem. So the golem might be a symbol, and she might be able to find a way using some type of powers to make herself a golem that she'd be able to activate herself to help the townspeople and be exactly what Boyd says. Because we know that Boyd is able to manifest things. Some things are right away, but Boyd's been able to shout things out, and things have manifested for Boyd. And I think that's a power that they don't realize that they have, or at least Boyd has. We've also seen Boyd's story walk without a seizing body, with using a torch as a bookmark. And so there's different rules and powers that we don't really understand. So I think Fatima, who is getting these black, bluish veins like the Inkui kids have, like the men in yellow have, is clearly because she has his blood, just like the kids have, and obviously clearly he does. So that has to have power. There's blood magic involved. If Fatima is able to harness that power by using the golem as a symbol to give her that hope, and if there's duality on the show, where there's two sides of everything. And if there's night creatures, there's got to be some type of a way for them to find exactly what Boyd wanted, a monster or a champion on their side. And I think that's exactly what Fatima is going to become. She won't be the golem that she constructed and did. That'll be a symbol for her. But she will be some type of a golem, and Ellis will probably be able to control him. And for the first fucking time, Ellis just might be fucking useful. Just saying.
You know, I'm going to say that I don't know. Blood magic. The thing that we say about blood magic can easily be. I could say that the alien parasites could be manipulating to make you think that it's a magical situation. But I do think that when it's all said and done, that even if you look at the game Resident Evil, I mean, these creatures look like Resident Evil creatures to me, and that's all science.
Yes.
Right. So it
could be even a little like Doom-like creatures, but yeah.
Even when in Game of Thrones, where they have magic and they had Stannis Baratheon get the leeches and suck the blood out of to get the king's blood in there, and then they burnt him in the fire. They still didn't say that that's exactly what killed each one of these characters. That it most likely was, didn't go down like that because of that. So maybe I'm not saying it's not magic and everything, but I think that I don't think Ellis is going to be useful at all.
Yeah. Do you know what's interesting? I could believe blood magic before I could believe Ellis being useful.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's true.
I don't think that.
He's got to have more than a purpose, unless he's going to stay behind because Fatima's never going to be able to leave, and he'll finally have a purpose that we won't see on screen.
Well, listen, if his home is where she's at, then that's what it is and stuff like that. Do you think that Henry will definitely be dead next episode? I don't know if Henry's going to die. It looks like he's going to die. It's a good chance he's going to die.
I do. I think it's a good chance he's going to die. I thought he wasn't going to make it out of last episode, so I definitely don't think he's going to make it out of the season finale. I'll definitely eat my words if I'm wrong, because you never know with the show. But I do think the whole parallel to the story of Abraham is going to kind of play back again. But I don't think Henry's going to be able to go through with it because he doesn't know where his faith lies, and it'll be questioned. Just like Sophia's been fucking around and messing with things, I think somehow with whatever plot armor and whatever Victor has, somehow something or someone is going to come in and save him. I personally think it will be Ethan. Right. And I think if Scarlett is right, which I'm not saying she is, but if Ethan was to ever become the the man in yellow, then I think if he killed Henry and saw what he put Victor through, that would tie him into turning into being or making a deal with the man in yellow into becoming him. I could see that changing. Killing somebody is definitely like you can only go two ways after that. And I can see Ethan for sure trying to save Victor because we sure know damn well Tabitha ain't doing shit.
All right. I think there's a lot. I think that the Tabitha hatred could lead to the writers writing good stuff for her to do a lot of good stuff. I think that they may see it and they may be like, Catalina, we got your back on this. And we're going to give you some good shit so that we can't hate her anymore.
I hope so, man. Seriously, because that's what we have. Like, just like the characters in this show, they have hope. Like, my hope for Tabitha is starting to die because until this last episode, my hope for Tabitha was dying. I'm like, for the love of Jesus Christ, you take like 2 steps forward and like 10 steps back every time. For the first time, it was actually Julie. It's always some Matthews family member that is like not on board with the rest of them. For the first time, like Tabitha actually was accountable. She actually did the right thing. She actually wanted to do something for her kids, even though Victor wasn't really included in that. After 2 episodes ago, she said she would include him. But that's another point. She's at least trying. At least there's a better arc for her after this last episode. The thing is, though, is she going to stay on that stream? Because she looked like she was freaking out in the caverns, in the caves. And I would
be freaking out too if I put fucking duct tape on some rocks. You got to plan better, especially 2 pieces. Like duct tape don't stick to dirty rocks. It just doesn't. That's just the way it goes. I mean, I've used duct tape.
They didn't even tape it all the way around and seal it. That pissed me off. I'm like, why are you just taping the top? Like, where's the sides and the bottom? I'm like, what the hell? Yeah,
I would have brought a hammer and a chisel, and I would have put a hammer and chisel in that motherfucker, and then I would have taped 100%. Around that whole shit. It would have been. I don't give a fuck if it's Gorilla Glue, Phil. The shit don't work. Right?
Just bring planks, wooden planks, and make a wooden door. Lay them across there.
Yeah.
No, we figured it out. Like, all you got to do is be like Metal Gear Solid. Get a cardboard box, put a talisman and hang in it. Walk with the cardboard box like the Flintstones. When they come, just drop to the floor and just chill and look at them through the hole.
Open. How do you get how do you close the hole though? Like, if you duck your head down, there's still a hole.
No, if you're in the cardboard box, right, and this box is solid, and you like the Flintstones, and you put your feet up and you carry it with your feet, and then they come, you just sit the blocks down.
Oh, but only your feet they're out. Okay, I see what you mean.
And then you just chill and laugh at them while they're sitting there, can't fuck with you, just sitting there. Then they leave and go back. Then you get out the box, you get back in and do your shit, and just walk out with the bones in the box and just carry it out and just keep dropping and stopping and stuff. That's all you gotta do. These motherfuckers.
You know, right next to the bar / gas station or whatever, there was a telephone booth. And I was like, I swear to God, I've never seen this fucking telephone booth before. But we saw it in the scene where Boyd chases after Victor. Like, we see the telephone booth. Imagine if somebody was able to carry that telephone booth with its houseman inside. They'd be able to do exactly what you're saying, or even put it on wheels.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta activate the golem.
Yeah, or you can you could put, like, what else did they have in there? You could use the what they kill people in, right? The rendezvous move truck that Boyd had. It's got wheels on it.
Oh, the box, the actual box.
You could just grab that box down up in that motherfucker and just chill up in the box and just chill there with the talisman, and then get out, throw everything in the box, and then have them drag the box back the fuck out of there and just go out that way. And that would just be it. And everyone just heave-ho that motherfucker till it's out the door and stuff. There's other ways they could have did it, but the box is the Solid Snake style should have been the one they did it. They should have Metal Gear Solid this motherfucker. And every time people come, just go, bring, and then hit the floor. You would have been
absolutely.
You would have been all right. All right, let me get up out of here. Let me get up. Jen, hit me up. We'll bring you your whole cast on there, the whole Nerdy Effect. We'll bring you all on there. We'll do a stream with you. If I can't get it done on tomorrow, Saturday, which I don't know if I can. What's tomorrow? Friday. Tomorrow's Friday. We'll do it on the finale, the big one. All right, we'll do it on that if we can get it possible. Which we'll work it out. Just hit me up. We'll get you on that thing, and we'll do a whole finale thing. We'll bring the cast on there and all that, and we'll have it. We'll rock with it like that. We'll figure that out. But thank you for calling. And
absolutely, have a great night, everybody. Thank you for having me, Tony. Thank you, Janie. Thank you, Scarlett. Thank you, Phil. Love you guys.
Bye-bye.
Love you all. Love you too. All right, Jamie, are you streaming right after this? Or are you gonna do it? You can't just keep this stream on, right?
Right. I didn't think you could. Yeah, I thought you could.
Phil, is it when we do these streams and I log off, does it automatically log you? It doesn't automatically log you off, right?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, because you're the one that started it, so like you can
right.
try and stop.
All right. I would stay on here and let everybody do it. All right. Are you going to stream right after this, Jamie and Scarlett? You could just start a new stream or no?
We could for a little bit if we'll get people over there. Yeah, but
all right. So do y'all want Jamie and Scarlett to continue streaming and talking to you? Please put the Sci-Fi Vision channel over there. All right. It's Jamie's birthday right now. It really is.
Oh, yeah.
Right now.
Yeah,
we are here. All right. So I want everyone to migrate over to that channel. Go over there. Put the link in there. We're going to go to Sci-Fi Vision. She'll be over there in a little bit. Again, Jamie, happy birthday. May you live as long as you want and never want as long as you live. And I truly mean that. Everybody go over there, put that link in the description for the Teflon TV people who are over here who don't know. We had over 300 something people in here and stuff. Go over there, show this lady some love, talk to her and Scarlett and everything else while they set up their new stream while they're over there. And I have to go to bed because I have a long day tomorrow with a lot of good stuff. But let me thank, as always, Phil the Issues guy for rocking with me. Putting up with me, tolerating me, really appreciate it. Let me thank Jamie for coming on and agreeing. I know it's been, and thank you, Sonic, your boy, for putting the channel in there. Thank you. Listen, it's been complicated, Jamie, but we got it done. Hey, goddamn! Thank you for really coming on, Scarlett. Thank you for coming on as always. I don't know if you ever came on before, Scarlett. We talked many times.
I don't think I've been on your channel before. You've been over on channels that I've been on.
Yes, I have been. So listen, we're gonna do some more stuff with all y'all, especially movies, because we know Scarlett's seen them more, so we could definitely do some classic movie stuff with her and all that good stuff and everything. All right, I love you all. Love everybody out here. Of course we do. And if you like, remember, go over there and thank you, Beehive, for saying we all did a good job. We really appreciate it. Number one show for the fan, by the fan, that is escaping from podcasts. If you like the way you do this, please thumbs up this, spread this across the realm, and of course, subscribe. Until next time, you know what it is. Peace and stay sexy.
So, like, if Acosta had to create her perfect man, like an avatar, the Don